everybody, and welcome to Tabletop Bob. My name is Bob. I'll be your Dungeon Master for tonight's episode of In Search of the Unknown, the Keep on the Borderlands reunion. How's it going, everybody?
Going good.
Fantastic.
Doing well.
What do we do with our hands, Nate? What do we do? I don't know what to
do. Wave. I like to do 2 waves at once. Yeah.
Damn it, Ricky Bobby. What do we do with my hands? Welcome, YouTube chat. It's great to have you all here. I've been just sneaking a peek at the chat already. It seems like it's pretty lively. Lots of you are watching along with us, so welcome. Big shout out today, actually, to Chris from Long Island, one of the longtime fans of the channel, and especially the Keep on the Borderlands. It's his birthday today, so welcome, Chris, and everybody else that I see here. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Chris.
Happy birthday. We got the usuals here, the regulars here in the chat. Good to see everybody. This is episode 2 of our reunion, which is called In Search of the Unknown. Like I said at the first episode, this is going to be probably very different than the In Search of the Unknown that maybe you've played, because it's a sequel we're doing to Keep on the Borderlands, and it's kind of very much my own creation. So I feel like, you know, if you're watching this, you're like, this isn't part of the adventure. That's obviously it's going to be very, very different. But still, I think it's going to be fantastic, and I'm really excited to get to the hidden fortress of Quasqueton, if it does exist, if it exists. Couple of other things to note: we will be making this run through July and maybe the first couple weeks of August. We have about 4 more weeks of this reunion, and then there will probably be a short little break. I think I mentioned we'll probably be doing the next big game thing will be Vecna Eve of Ruin. That's going to start in September, so make sure you stay tuned for all of these new games, new updates. There also might be another announcement of something coming soon. I don't want to say it yet, but something may be coming right in that little gap time. So we'll see. But more to come on that. Today, as we were preparing to get on, and I was trying to get the kids ready for bed, as much as I could before my wife took over. But my Mets, I'm representing my Mets today. As you can see, I got my Mets shirt, got my Mets hat. Sorry, John and Jeff and anybody else who's a Yankees fan here, but my Mets are currently beating up on the Yankees 5-2 in the bottom of the 5th, and we've seemed to have their number all year. And the Mets are making a surge. I don't know if everybody knows this. Mets are making a surge right now. They were in the bottom of the barrel of the National League just about a month and a half ago, and now they are storming forward, kind of like how the Keep crew is storming forward yet again. They were dormant.
Master of the segue.
But now they were storming forward.
Aren't they still only like a few games over 500?
52-48.
I love a Met fan's optimism. The Met fans' optimism is amazing. As a Knick fan, I wish I had some of that optimism. We just live in pessimism realm. I give you all the credit.
Thank you.
Welcome to Sports Chat with Nerds.
That's right. You know, I will say though, I think there are a lot of sports fans actually that watch this channel. Let's who are our teams here? What's your teams? Not just baseball. I'm talking about any sport. I know, Nate, we obviously know you love the Bills. Is there any other sports you follow?
You know, I'd say I'm a light New York Rangers fan. That's but no, it's really mainly NFL. Disc golf. I follow professional disc golf pretty well.
Who's your favorite professional disc golfer?
Ooh, that's tough.
Mine is Nate.
That's very polite. You know, I'm a fan of, you know, the Jeremy Colling, Nate Sexton, and Paul Uleberry.
Nate Sexton.
Yeah, that's solid.
That's a name right there.
Yeah.
It's the Nate.
Right?
Yeah.
It's I can aspire to something.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like Nate's illicit name for the other websites. That's his alias.
Oh,
yeah.
I love it.
I'm Nate Sexton.
Nate and Nate, you're obviously a Buffalo Bills fan, football.
Mm-hmm.
And I know John and obviously Jeff are big Yankees fans. What about the rest of you?
Really not. I just got the hat at a thrift shop.
Favorite
Literally
player,
bought it because it was green.
Jorge Posada.
Yeah,
Loves him.
in that era, I was definitely, a bigger Yankee fan than anything. But I want to say probably since like the Nate Robinson era, I've been a bigger Nick fan, and that's been my number one sport for like
Nick fan. All
that's,
right.
that's like 20 something years. But yeah, Yankees and Giants as well,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and disc golf. I'll pick Calvin Heimberg for me, Nate.
Look at you.
Oh, solid choice. Solid choice.
Our discers, disc golfers, discographers. I don't know what the word would be.
Disc
What is the word?
golfers.
Disc golfers. That's it. It's that simple. All right, fine.
I prefer to be called a hucker, but that's just me.
A plasketeer.
What about what
That's
about you,
better.
Chris and Tim? What are your sports fandoms?
I'm less of a Plasketeer and more of a Mouseketeer. My knowledge of sports is so limited. If you had to like ask me, I'd be like, I'm generally a Boston fan, but for the NFL, I'm a Seahawks
Ooh.
fan, and that's just terrible because we've lost Peace Parole, we've lost the Legion of Boom. It's a tough run being a Seahawks fan.
Seahawks. How did that come about?
I watched the Seahawks get completely destroyed by the Patriots, and I was like, that's it. That's my team. I like the way they lose to Tom Brady. And
Shoulda
I
ran the ball.
despised-
Yeah.
It's easy to hate the
I hated
Patriots.
the way the Patriots play football. Yeah, like the Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, give him a ton of credit, incredible athlete. I just despise the way they play football. And I watched the Seahawks play. I was like, they've got cool colors.
It's that
So
easy.
that
Vibe
huh?
with that,
it.
Tim.
But what about,
I'm a huge
your
Olympic
college-
guy, so
You're a big college fan.
oh,
too,
UConn
right?
Huskies. Oh, baby,
Mhm.
we're going triple championship this year. I love UConn. I don't watch the NBA. They don't try in the NBA. College basketball, baby. UConn Huskies all the way. I'm calling it right now. Run this back in March Madness. UConn triple NCAA champions. Done.
There we go. I knew the UConn. You had the UConn tie. So
100%.
yeah. What about you, Chris?
I can say that talking of Seahawks, I'm not a Seahawks fan, but I did go to the Super Bowl when they beat the was it the Broncos?
Mhm.
Back at Jet Stadium, way back then. I was there.
Wow.
There's
How'd you
there's
get
never
tickets?
been a Jet Stadium ever once. Never been a Jet Stadium. Doesn't exist.
That's true.
Well-
It is. It is. MetLife.
Sorry, they played in the Polo
Stadium of New
Grounds.
Jersey.
Yeah, they borrowed a stadium from from the Giants for a while, and now I guess they split one.
They split it.
with a bang.
MetLife.
Destroyed in fact checking.
Yeah.
Sorry, as a Giant fan, I couldn't let that one go.
Sorry.
You know, my sister owned a pet store, a supply store in a very wealthy town called New Canaan, Connecticut, and a lot of celebrities live there. Anyway, one of her regular customers walked in that morning and asked her if she was going to the game, and she's like, "No."
I
And,
own a pet store.
you know, he paid for his whatever his dog food, and he slipped an envelope onto the table and walked out and said, "Have a nice day." And he happened to be the CEO of ESPN, and
Wow.
inside the envelope, practically 50-yard line, second row seats, 2 tickets.
Damn.
And yeah,
Dang.
she called me up. She said, "Chris, you got about 20 minutes to decide. Are you going to the Super Bowl with me?" And because I had to arrange for my
Holy
son. And
smokes.
anyway, so what an amazing day.
Wow.
It was one of my best memories.
They fell
Wow.
into your lap.
Yeah, it was great. The guy next to me and his girlfriend, they paid $10,000 for their seats.
You should have been like, I paid 11,000.
Yeah, so it was great.
Oh,
As
that's
far as my
awesome.
teams, I'm an old school Celtics fan. Larry Bird, the big era of basketball. And I've kind of fallen out of love with sports. I guess I grew up near Montreal, so les habitants. Let's go Habs. I lived 20 minutes from Montreal, so
Yeah.
that's about what I got.
That's awesome. Love it. And Jeff, I know you said you're not a Yankees fan, or you're a peripheral fan. But what
I literally
what's your
found the
fandom?
hat.
What's your
No,
fandom?
the only professional sports team I ever cared about was I was back in Phoenix, where I'd grown up. I moved back to Phoenix in the early '90s. So me and Charles Barkley were in Phoenix at the same time. So I followed the Suns very closely for about 5 years, and that's it. Other than that, I could not possibly care less about professional sports. Just not
Fair enough.
concerned about it.
If
But
Charles
basketball
Barkley,
is the best game to watch because you can see the faces and you can get to know each player you know every player on the team.
it's only a
Football,
few
you
people.
can't see their faces. There's 60 guys. You have no idea who 55 of them are.
You don't want to get too connected. They're gonna get injured. You know,
they're
Especially in
expendable.
football.
It's Tom Brady and 59 Zebs.
so pretty close to
Actually
accuracy.
really accurate.
Give him that 10-foot pole. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
They don't even have guaranteed contracts. They like tear their ACL. The team can be like, "All right, you're cut. You don't have a
Oh,
job.
brutal.
You tore your ACL and you don't have a job."
Who tears their ACL? What a loser.
What
Oh,
a loser.
sorry, wrong injury to bring up, Bob.
Actually, I don't know. Yeah, I did tell everybody here. I tore my ACL. It's bad. Not good. That's why we're gonna take a break at the end of August so I can have surgery. But leg's fine now. And you know what else is fine? The Char Coalition. Because you just fed on you feasted with the new Castellan, Alaric Voss. Ready to dive in? I think you're ready to dive in. Or should we talk about sports for another half an hour? What do you think, Jeff?
Oh, let's.
All right, here we go. Alaric Voss, the dinner goes by. He provided you with a few books. Oh, and actually, just a couple of other things too to just pick up. This is game related, so it's not totally a bad place to talk about this. For all of you who like to keep up to date on what's going on with all the streams, things like that, you'll know that social media links, in the description. That's what you should really follow, especially Discord. And we started doing this with all the other channel campaigns this year. We started to use Discord as a way to sort of stay engaged with the audience, to get the players to keep up contributing to the story. So they're creating posts. Some of them, it's optional. Obviously, I'm not forcing them to, but if they do so and create a post in the Discord channel for In Search of the Unknown, they will get a bonus inspiration point. Now, the way we do inspiration is I believe that I believe that it's silly to only have one at a time, so I can let you bank up to 3. However, you can't get more than 3. But every week, if they put a post up, they can get an inspiration point. It's worked out really well in the Curse of Strahd game. Also worked out really well in something else we did, I forget. But either way, if you do a post, you get inspiration, and it's a cool way to keep the game going. Try to sort of like just keep our minds on the game, both for the players and for people watching it. So you can check. Everyone here has posted. Some of us got our entries in right at the wire, but there's plenty so far. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the only one didn't post this week was Tim, but Tim's got one ready to go for next week potentially. So check those out in the In Search of the Unknown. Might end up changing it. Jeff suggested change to Keep In Search of the Unknown. Might do that, just make it a little easier to find, but I didn't get a chance to do it yet. But for right now, it's In Search of the Unknown on our Discord. Links down below in the description. You can see what they posted. Yeah, if you like it, let us know. And this is a good way to stay engaged and talk with the players. So, all right. The meeting with Alaric Voss went as expected, right? You feasted. You got to know him a little better. He explained his reasoning for bringing everybody back together, not just to have you celebrated with a 3-year anniversary festival of remembrance, but yet to maybe task you on one final adventure, which was to go find the hidden fortress of Quasqueton. Quasqueton, according to Alaric, is a hidden fortress that contains magical secrets. If this could be harnessed, these secrets could be taken by the keep, then perhaps this place could be secure. Could have more people coming here, more business, trying to undo the sort of the poor name that the keep has right now for being a pretty dangerous and wild area. But these are just rumors. This is a myth. Some people wouldn't even consider it fact. However, he does say that he brought you some books and he gives them to you. I think he gives them to probably Hieronymus, I would say. But the group can certainly look at them. And
Do they
so
have pictures.
some of them do, actually. Yeah, some of them do. Do you want to rest and then meet up at a place to look at them? Do you want to go to Hieronymus's tower? Do you want to go to the goat? Do you want to go to the church? What do you want to do? How do you want to coordinate planning your trip?
Hyros, meet back at my keep. He loves having his own little keep in the keep. At 8 o'clock tonight. I'll have read the books by then, and I'll give you a briefing.
The next night, you mean, right?
Sure.
Yeah, tomorrow night.
Because no way you're gonna
Excellent.
read it in like an hour.
Of course I could, you fool.
Okay, so then we'll have a day go by, and you can all prep, get rest, prepare, buy anything that you might need to go to leave for the adventure, and then meet up at Hieronymus' tower the next evening. The only thing I have a question for is Eric Lavernus. Eric,
Yes, sir.
where do you go back to? Do you sleep in Darius's apothecary, or do you go to? Did you leave him? And what about your disguise?
I think going back to Darius is the best move. But having dropped my disguise at the last session when I met up back with the party, I'd like to re-disguise before going back to Darius's, because I definitely don't want to reveal that Eric Lavernus is back in the keep totally to everyone. That would be a little too bold.
Fair enough.
So I think like the keep crew, the Char Coalition knows. Zeb's wife potentially knows if she recognizes me by face. But other than that, I don't think too many people know that Eric is back.
Gotcha. Darius, his apothecary shop is located very close to the Grease Goat. It's kind of like a few storefronts away. It's not very far, a short walk. You've been sneaking in and out of the back way, the back door, and kind of using that second room as your kind of like your personal quarters. When you get in, he is not there. He did leave a note though, next to your little bedroll, and said that he was off collecting mushrooms and other ingredients for his work.
And that fits in with what I know. That doesn't seem suspicious at all.
He has done this now in the weeks that you've been here.
Oh, perfect. Okay, well then.
Yeah, he goes for like a night or two and comes back the next day and has tons of, like I said, the wild mushrooms, the all different herbs and things like that he uses in his apothecary work.
Brilliant. Well then, I will walk back into this place and make myself at home the best I can. And if we end up, I think tomorrow night before I go back to Hieronymus' tower, I'll leave a note for him and a couple extra gold pieces for the trouble of staying at this place.
Is this a final farewell? Are you saying I'm leaving, or?
You never know with us, because sometimes we get caught up in these things and we don't mean to. So I feel like it's better to pay ahead the best.
Fair enough. Okay. So the
I
next
was
night.
going to invite Skaggy to join him, because Skaggy does have some wisdom and years of experience that could probably be beneficial with reviewing this stuff.
Sure.
I'd like to read along. Yep.
So throughout the next day, while everybody's preparing, getting ready, Skeggy and Hieronymus can pour through the books. There's a couple of things to note here. I'm just getting my notes here. There are two books that he gave you, but he also gave you a ton of different like record books from the keep. So, because the keep has records, pretty much every castellan has kept a dedicated log for like businesses, dealings, things like that. And he gives you a whole set of log books from Rogan's time as the first castellan. So I'm going to give you some info on that too. Number one, both of you can give me investigation checks. We'll count them as like having advantage. So whichever one's higher we'll use. We'll do one book at a time here.
Do we know the titles of the books?
Yes, actually, yes, we do. Although I just realized I don't think I have my Roll20 view up, so let me do that.
Oh, I already made my roll.
It's okay.
Woohoo! My roll did not matter.
Yeah, so 22.
Okay. This should work. Yep, let's switch it over. All right, so with rolls, we'll do the first book. And this is something you would have told the group, or the group would have seen at the dinner. So it's not something that would be secret or anything like that. All right, so the first book he gave you was a large, richly bound volume covered in dark blue leather. The book is called Architectural Marvels of the Ancient World. The book details generally engineering and architectural feats of ancient civilizations from various continents. The continent that you reside on is called Ilmith. That's the one that, Jeff, if you remember in Mike's game, that's where Karnov is. That's the continent we're on. But anyway, among the creations that they talk about, there is a section dedicated to the legendary fortress of Quasqueton. And then the second book he gave you is Lost Arcane Arts, the Tome of Forgotten Magics. And this is a tome bound in dark, weathered leather. It's got faded magical runes inscribed along the spine. It's nothing too powerful magic. It just makes sure that the ink doesn't ever go away, so it stays there permanently. The pages within are filled with diagrams, incantations, and descriptions of long-forgotten magical practices. However, none of them that you've seen, especially at a glance, but even more with more research, cannot be reproduced for one reason or another. Certain spell components, you don't know what they are. They don't exist. They're made up, perhaps. Others, they just don't work. So they could be pseudo magic, quackery of sorts, or perhaps something you don't know is missing. But one section in this book is dedicated to a group of people called the Spellweavers. And that is the section that he had flagged for you. So those are the two books he gave you, along with a whole ton of record books from the keep. So that first one was made for, I assume we're doing it in order here. Do you want to do the books first and the records?
Sure.
Okay. What was the highest roll?
On the
22.
first book, Hieronymus rolled a 22.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
On
So
the second book, I haven't rolled yet.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Neither have I.
Okay, good. So here's what you learn. And I'm just going to actually copy it and put it in our chat so you can see it. Here we go. You learned all of this. And if you'd like to read it or immediately read it, I could do it either way. It's not like a quote from the book, so I could describe it.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the book provides detailed information on a bunch of different various structures and techniques used to build them. The one chapter that we were most interested in was that of the weavers. They describe the author describes an extraordinary architecture and mystical properties of something called black obelisks, which are said to be scattered around the world. One such obelisk has been purported to be found in Ardenera, which is a newly discovered continent here in the world of Illustria. It was hidden for many years by strange magic. Most people have not explored the land of Ardenera. But from the initial findings, there was a black obelisk found there, though it gave off no magical energy.
What? But that's not the continent we're on.
No. Nope.
And just to flashback, the monument we found in the woods was marble, not black, right?
Correct.
Okay.
All right, now, the two of you, that's what you found from Architectural Marvels. Again, very loose. It's hard to exactly pinpoint if this is anything related to what Voss was talking about. Let's go to Lost Arcane Arts. You can give me your investigation
yes.
checks.
Oh,
Nice.
I broke my brain.
That's
Peggy, that one's got pictures. You can read that one.
This one actually does have pictures in it. Lots of them. Like I said, diagrams and descriptions, incantations. Anyway, Hieronymus definitely leads the way with this check. But you find out this. And I'll put it in the chat and I'll read it. So this book explores secrets of various lost magical arts. Obviously, like the ones I said, you can't really reproduce them, but there is a section again on the Spellweavers. So this describes a race of ancient four-armed wizards who were capable of casting multiple spells simultaneously. They were known for their creation of strange black obelisks, so this kind of cross checks itself. These structures are believed to channel and amplify arcane energy, creating powerful magical effects. The Spellweavers were not only masters of traditional magic, but innovators of unique spells that bent reality itself. They constructed these obelisks to harness the ley lines of reality, drawing immense power from mystical sources. And then, finally, the keep records. This one you don't need to really make a check for. If you spend enough time reading it, which you're going to spend the day reading it, I'll let you know what you know. The keep just shows, these records show that Rogan and Zelagar both had long tenures here at the keep. 15 years as Castellan for Rogan. Through his first 5 years, expeditions continued into the Whispering Woods, towards the Caves of Chaos, things like that. Things that you've all heard about, like since the initial building of the keep, more than, dozens and dozens of expeditions have gone to the keep before more modern times where it was forbidden, where the orcs and goblinoid creatures kind of really took over the lands, infested it, and forced everyone to stay at the keep or south. So that's what you've learned in the first 5 years. Looking through records, they've hired multiple expeditions every year. And then, for the next 10 years, rarely any at all. You can give me insight checks.
Okay.
Oh,
That's why I brought you along, sir.
How did we do that?
Now we're in my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
That makes no sense. I love that.
So when it came to investigation, Skeggy rolled a nat 1 and Hieronymus rolled a nat 20. Now Skeggy rolled a nat 20 and Hieronymus rolled a 2, which is a 1 for you.
-1, yeah.
So, Skeggy, you're seeing the writing on the wall here, okay? In the 15 years as Castellan, Rogan and Zelagar, over the final 10 years, had barely any expeditions, but also took frequent leaves together. No destination was given in their reports. They must have found Quasqueton, or if there is something in the woods, they found it at the year 5 and then stopped exploring. It's possible that their entire reason for coming here was to find this fortress, if it was found. And then after their 15th year, both the Castellan and the wizard went missing and were never found again. It took about 5 months for a replacement to be brought to the keep. All right, so by the end of the study session here, it's nightfall and your friends arrive. So the group, you're all together, you may discuss these findings and how you plan to go about this. And if you'd like, I can switch over to the maps and things like that.
So, Hieronymus and Skeggy, what did you learn?
And this is at your wizard tower, right, at night?
Or we could just assume you told us all that stuff. And
Oh
we
no,
moved
I want to
on.
hear.
Great.
I want to
all
hear
right,
this.
Yeah.
Don't.
Thanks for filling us in on all of that new information.
No, we're not getting out that easy. I want to hear this. I want to hear this.
So the Spellweavers, really. But sorry, actually,
How long ago was Rogan Castellan?
The start of the keep, which is nearly 200 years ago.
The founding. Okay.
Skeggy, did the book say anything about where they sent these search parties? Where they were searching?
I've not found anything about the areas searched in the records. It just says that the dates, all the dates of the expeditions are listed, and they ran for the first 5 years. That Rogan was the Castellan, and then suddenly they stopped And then looking through the records, I see that Rogan and Zeligar started taking leaves of absence simultaneously with no explanation for where they were going. So it seems logical to me that they may have found what they were looking for with the expeditions, but didn't choose to explore it in a way that anyone but they themselves knew what they found. And then, after 10 more years, they both disappeared. At once without a trace, at least not any mention in the records. They were both just gone, and then they were replaced.
The
So they
records of
found
your-
something, and then something, either something went very wrong, or something went very right.
As,
in the
Perhaps they-
records of their ranging expeditions. Let's give a direction they were heading in each expedition, or are we shooting from the hip on this one?
We didn't find anything about exactly where the areas was searched, did we, Bob?
Not quite, but the Whispering Woods were a popular one, as well as the Caves of Chaos. Whispering Woods is pretty big, I know.
Where was the last? Can I tell where the last one went? Generally,
The last witch,
the last
expedition.
the at the end of the first 5 years, the searching years.
Yep.
I want to pay particular attention to like the last 3 expeditions.
Mhm.
Can I tell anything about how long they were gone? The searching parties, what direction they headed, where they went.
Certainly, you got a 27 right on that.
I did.
That insight check. Yeah. So you look back and you find the date, the last expedition. You look at any of the details that were written down by. It would have been Maravek keeping this record.
Oh, Maravek was there
Oh.
the whole time. 200 years. That guy's
Yeah.
been here.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Now we know who was really in charge all along.
So Maravek's records state that it would have went to the clearing in the Whispering Woods, which you've actually been at, I believe, before. Let me just switch over to the wilderness map so you can see it. This wilderness map I found is a cleaner wilderness map. I just need to take the lighting off. Found this on online. I put a link down below in the description so you can check out the author of it. I think they didn't really. I think it's the original map, just like kind of done in like a, I don't know, like a tea stain way, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
So I just want to make sure they can see it on. Okay, yeah, they can see it pretty well on Roll20.
And a little topography on there.
Yeah, that's actually on
Read
the
it.
original too. Actually,
Oh.
you just probably don't remember. It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll remember this is like the Goblin Water, the Black River here, right? That you fought. Well, many creatures around. The lizard folk were here. The dryad, what were they? Naiads, the fairies that trapped Eric and things like that. This was the island you fought and found Eric on. So there's the keep on the western side. Caves of Chaos would be located here, this along the topography lines. So like we're looking at the easternmost quarter. This would be like the cave where you fought Corvus. And then the clearing is here. You've definitely cut through this area before. From going from caves or not. I think one time you didn't want to take the road, so you cut through the clearing before. So you've been in this area. Even though you haven't spent a lot of time there, you're familiar with it.
Why are there no trees there? It's certainly peculiar.
Yeah.
So
Was-
sorry. Was there any information about Rogel and Zelatron? What race they were?
Both human.
Both human. Okay. So if they manage to survive, it's not through natural causes.
Oh, I don't have any reason to believe that they've survived to
Well,
the current
Maravek
day.
was around the whole time. I was
Well,
wondering
Maravek was
if
an
they
elf.
were not human, then that would matter maybe. But
Aye.
let's see.
Of course, society has demonstrated that you can live a long time if you can just stop living for a while.
That is true. Have we seen any architecture described in that book, Hieronymus?
you've seen the gates before. Like you've seen monuments and pillars and obelisks,
Right.
but they were marble, and they had those crazy plants growing on them.
You haven't
and
seen
they were
a
definitely, like,
obelisk.
on a-
You have not seen an obelisk.
not an obelisk, but we saw like it was like I think it was sort of like as Greek architecture kind of stuff. I remember like pillars and arches and such, and there was a giant sentient like plant structure on it.
Yeah,
And
the
that was
only
around the
thing-
same place where the guy in the woods killed Zeb. So
That was around here, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to draw
got it.
The arch was somewhere around here.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that there's enough records and there's been enough comings and goings from this keep where there would have been some kind of mention of pretty much any landmark within these woods. So maybe an investigation through the records to see if any unusual landmarks mentioned. Failing that, we'll zero in on that arch that we discovered, I guess. So how about an investigation check right now, or can we just rely on what I already did?
You can rely on what you've already rolled. There was nothing in there denoting anything that was unusual, found unusual. However, your insight check, Skeggy, will... I mean, that's a pretty high... You rolled nat 20, right? 27? Yeah.
Yep.
So one thing that you note in the text from book number 2, I think it was...
Well, book
It said
or the
that
record?
these book 2, which would have been Lost Arcane Arts,
Yeah.
it said that the creation of these obelisks, they were believed to channel and amplify energy. So perhaps an energy source is what they would have been built near.
Is this? I look at Hieronymus and Sasori. Have we told them about the glowing crystal we go and regularly check on?
The party, yeah.
We have told them.
I don't think you told Skeggy or Eric.
I was gonna
We
say I
would've-
don't know if we told Eric or Skeggy. At least in game.
No.
Hyro would have definitely brought them in the loop.
Yeah. I figured just so we can make sure
Perfect,
all of
yeah.
our characters.
Yeah.
Tell them now. Tell them now.
There's this.
Bob, are you padding the episode?
Do you remember that cave that was collapsed where Sasori stood guard over it as stone for a while? Over in the Caves of Chaos.
With
Well,
the
it's
statue
no
of
longer
Nihilissa.
collapsed. Sorry, what?
The statue of Nihilissa, right?
Indeed. I don't. Yeah. I bristle. But yes, that cave is no longer blocked. We checked it out, and it goes down some way. Correct me if I'm wrong in here, Bob, but it goes down quite a ways, and there is a massive glowing crystal, in a big open room. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Excellent. I tell them about that we've been regularly checking on it.
And this crystal is it a natural crystal or is it something that was made, do you think? And was the chamber, is it a natural chamber? Or is it one that was hollowed out by...
I would say, based on context clues, I don't think it's purely natural. But Bob, do we have an impression after all our visits?
You went, and it was definitely not natural. Like, it was natural to a point. And then it's a glowing, floating, pulsating crystal.
It
Excellent.
doesn't...
And it's
it do-
pulsating bluish?
White.
White.
Is it
Not purple,
it's
though.
floating, it's literally off the ground.
That is correct.
And it's big. It's like, did you say 30 feet? Why is that sticking out in my mind?
30 feet is the number. Good memory.
Okay, so it's 30 feet tall, and it's like a D8, basically,
Yeah.
with the point up, point down.
Mhm.
30 feet tall. In a chamber that, okay, does it look like it was found in that chamber and the chamber was hollowed out around it? Or does it look like the chamber was created and this thing was brought in?
Sounds like we needed a dwarf with stone cunning to figure that out. That's hard.
There's no way, Jeff, that you would
That's
know.
really
As
dwarfy.
a dwarf, you would know. This chamber had to be made first.
The reason I bring it up is because it seems to emanate
Well, I
some
haven't
sort
seen
of
it.
power, and being that these obelisks somehow maybe would be built near them, perhaps they could be connected.
Aye, seems likely.
I'm still
Well,
holding
I
How
would
deep,
love-
how deep
NPR.
underground do you suppose it was? This crystal.
How sorry?
How
It was
deep
deep.
underground?
Very deep.
Very at least 500 feet.
Yeah.
Mm.
500,
surface.
780.
So
And it
my
was
math
generally-
it's not strong.
And the direction you traveled was generally to the south from the Caves of Chaos?
Once we got underground, it was pretty hard to tell. Just down.
Oh, humans.
Mohag knocks on the door down at the bottom, Chris.
Could take you.
Perhaps we should.
Hyra grew up on an almond farm, so he really has no idea.
So
In
Sora
Almond
picks his
Farm.
stuff out of the book and looking at the pictures and goes, "They had 4 arms. They could
Nobody
hold
attacks.
4
Are there
swords?"
pictures of the Weavers? No,
No,
this is where he
they're
raises it.
described. They're described. The pictures that would be provided don't. They're not based on eyewitness accounts or anything like that. They're just based on the descriptions that were passed down from, previous
I
cultures.
paint Cisoria word picture.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Sora could physically read the book.
Well, do they? But I mean, the picture. Are there pictures in the illumination depicting the Weavers at all? However
don't-
inaccurately.
If anything, if there would be, they would be like very basic, and they would depict almost look like alien, like if we like what we think of like modern day aliens, like maybe long necks, forearms, thin.
But not just humans with an extra set of arms. They're
They look alien.
We-
What would look like alien to modern day people, exactly.
okay.
And
Very good.
real quick, Mohag is knocking at the door down below. Let me in, guys.
Hyra will allow him in.
Do you teleport him up?
Fine.
The fire and brimstone and everything, right?
Yeah, with all, all the effects.
He's like, I got the pork rinds. He slaps him down on the table, big bag, big sack of them. And the ale, which is most important. He's got a tiny keg.
Tiny keg for a tiny host.
He puts him on the table, proud of himself. And sits down. He goes, all right, so are we reading books?
We were.
We were. By the way, this tower is sized for
A
a
human.
human, but
Yeah.
Hyro had like recessed ceilings put in to make you all have to stoop over.
Not me.
He takes great pleasure in that.
Are there almonds out in a bowl?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Yep, we got to hide the flavor of the arsenic.
Yeah.
Not
All right,
like that.
I take an almond and throw it into Sasori's mouth, and we try and play catch with almonds. I'm ready to get out there and start learning. I think we're only going to learn more through some experience.
I need to see this cavern.
It's been a while since I threw a fireball. Let's go.
All right. Do you want to go right
Before we
now? It's
go.
nighttime. Do you want to head out in the woods?
I can
We're
see
going-
fine.
Yeah.
I think
Into the
morning is
caverns?
good enough.
With the crystal, when just 3 years ago we were in the caverns with the crystal and they went really poorly.
We've been checking on this one. I mean, you're right though, Eric. It's not. But that's why we check on it.
There's been no strange dreams, no strange visions, no disappearing priest, nothing. We're good.
I mean, in our research,
I mean, let's go.
We have a general direction to head, and we have a idea of a power source, and we know vaguely what we're looking for. So I think we're prepared as well as we're gonna be.
I'm just saying, if a strange knight shows up with 2 acolytes, I'm out again.
Don't worry,
Okay.
I'll protect you.
So is what we're thinking here that this crystal is the source of the power that they built the obelisk on the surface on top of?
Maybe.
Just a hypothesis.
That's what I'm wondering if this crystal. Okay,
Let's
is it
go find
something
out.
about ley lines and points
Yeah,
of
the-
power,
If the
Yeah,
crystal
that's what the
falls on the
book-
magical ley line, it would stand to reason that the obelisk would be on top of it. And so, seemingly starting with the crystal and then going
Right.
from there would be a good start. So,
Or if the crystal is the cause of, maybe these crystals are spread around the world, and they are the points.
chicken and egg situation kind of thing.
It's something, I don't know. We're gonna have to go find out.
Well,
That's
by
why
sheer-
we're in search of the unknown, because we don't know.
Hey.
By sheer elimination, we haven't seen anything else around here that could be it. This is the only thing that could. So that's.
I
good
also
enough for
want to
me.
look at that clearing and try and see if we can suss out why it's clear.
Perhaps we go to the clearing on the way. Barrick
All right, let's go. Sasori
is
starts walking
standing
out.
up, getting ready.
Many things can hide in plain sight. If you were
I'm
not
fine with
looking
going right
for
now.
them.
I'm ready. I've been sitting around here far too long.
Okay. So then it's a night walk.
Barrick puts up some lights around him.
It takes some time to get there, right? We can at least start on the road and then track north in the daylight. You know?
Bob, remind me the scale on that map, roughly.
Yes, I have it actually. I wrote it down on our other one. Let me just double check it.
Are we getting horses, everyone, or are we gonna walk?
You could get horses. The keep would give it to you.
Yeah, I'm asking what they wanted. Yeah, I was just trying to
I feel
talk
like
like
by now, Sasori, Hieronymus, and I probably have our own, and
Yeah.
we can wrestle some up for. I mean, Skeggy probably got one as a honored guest. We'll get Eric one.
You know, I don't have it here at hand, Jeff, but it's not. It takes you to get from the keep to the caves about 8 hours of travel.
Okay.
So you can get there by morning, by dawn. You can get to the clearing for sure by like before dawn.
Okay. This seems to me like, I don't know. We're trying to get this done within a week, so maybe we need to not sleep.
Well, we're all long rested, right?
You are, but if you stay up all night,
We've been awake all day. We're now going
Yeah.
to walk 8 hours through the night to get there and then start exploring this cavern, having been awake for 24 hours and just put in an 8-hour hike.
yeah. And I just brought this keg of ale and all these pork rinds.
The pork rinds are what's going to fuel us through the night. Come on, how else are we going to get there?
All right, first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't know about you all, but I need my beauty sleep.
You do, Mohag. Maybe a little bit more than the rest of us.
So we'll reconvene at first light at
Okay.
the grease stove.
Sure.
I
Alright.
think
All right.
Perfect. All right.
Barrick heads back to the temple.
So, we sleep one night. We wake up in the morning at the Grease Goat. The party heads out. The keep guards bid you farewell. Voss will give you horses if you'd like. Would you all like that?
Yep.
Perfect.
Indeed.
And you head off in search of Quasqueton.
of the unknown.
By midday, lunch break or so, you get to the clearing. And we could put a party token out, actually. Why don't we do that? Let's do that. Huzzah. So I assume the route you're going to take is road for most of it and then cut up this way? Or do you want to
Sure.
travel through the woods the entire way?
Oh, no, that seems unnecessary. We got horses.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, but the horses will be even faster. So yeah, by about lunch or so, you can get to the forests, and midday you get to where the party token is located.
Mm-hmm.
And why did I just write and it there? I don't know what's going on here. Okay, so the first thing you notice from the clearing, just like when you came here last, is that it's rather open. There's no foliage. The trees all stop. This never really seemed to, you never seemed to question it before, but now you're questioning everything. And with the topography, it does get a bit steeper in elevation, so, the horses help with all that. You get to the clearing, and you're looking for things, but nothing seems out of the ordinary. I mean, even as you go through the middle of it and look towards, I guess, the sides, the north, everything seems legitimate. What would you like to do if you were trying to maybe locate this? What would you do that would be more than just looking?
I'd be looking at the growth pattern trying to see like why are there not trees growing here?
Mm-hmm.
Give me a nature check or survival. I think survival might be possible as well.
I mean, they're both sure. It's -1 or -2, so we'll go with survival. Three.
There are no trees here. You notice that.
I try to find the center of the clearing and begin to walk in circles, extending outward, looking for any signs of, non-natural building materials or rocks or whatever, carvings, anything.
Right. Just like, especially like squared off rocks
Yeah, like
that
just
might
anything that
have
doesn't look
been
natural.
used in construction, stone.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any birds that are like floating in air, like sitting on something that maybe is invisible? You know, all that kind of stuff.
There are no birds sitting on invisible things. As you walk around in circles in the clearing, you do notice some boulders, some rocks. I mean, it does, as you know, the more north you get, the more mountainous and rocky it gets, but everything looks natural to the naked eye. Unless you want to touch every single boulder, lick every stone.
No.
No, Karg was our stone licker. What about large areas that seem unusually flat, like they've been leveled off as a construction site?
Mm-hmm.
Anything like that?
Sure. Give me maybe a dwarven stone cutting check. Give me a intelligence check with advantage.
An intelligence check with advantage. Alrighty. That
We could call it
What?
investigation because if that's better, because that would be what you're doing, I think.
okay? There, it worked. 15 is the better of the two.
You don't notice anything in like the middle of it, but as you continue getting closer towards the woods, you do notice that this area, which is kind of like the pocket, you see this pocket here? That
Up towards
area,
it.
yeah, that area does look like it levels off.
Okay, and now we're due west of the caves. The caves are that dot, right?
Yep.
Or actually, the caves are all around this area.
That's where you fought Corvus the Bloodied. The star.
That dot is where we fought Corvus the Bloody.
Yep.
Okay. And I don't remember exactly which cave that was in, but whatever.
It was the most western cave.
Okay. And
The-
so the cave where the crystal is it more down here, I think? I inferred that. I don't know if that's accurate.
That is not true. If the cave that was blocked off was to the southwest.
So it was over here.
Mhm.
Okay, so like at the edge of this clearing? Or near the edge of this clearing?
Based on what they've told you, yeah.
Maybe we should go into that cave and pace it off. I mean, it seems entirely possible that it goes right under that clearing.
Let's
Yeah.
see. Hyro's gonna cast detect magic as a ritual. It's a 30-foot radius, 10-minute duration concentration, and 3 feet into the ground of soil and dirt.
How about we say
And-
you're 9 minutes into the spell at this point?
Okay.
So you're 9 minutes into the spell. Hieronymus is like sitting down, preparing the spell components, everything. And you hear a sound from the tree line. Hello there, friends. Travelers.
I grasp my
look-
warhammer.
Eric, you see your friend Darius. He's coming out of the woods towards the clearing as you're all gathered around doing the ritual to cast detect magic and waiting for Hieronymus to do the ritual. You see Darius. Now, he doesn't recognize you because you're not in your disguise, but he'll call out to the group. Are you lost?
No, just looking for a good place to picnic.
Oh, he laughs at what he assumes is a joke. Now, Darius is, like I said, a middle-aged man. He's, when he gets close and you can actually like shake his hand or introduce yourself, he looks like any other keep commoner, but a couple of distinctions. He's got that really long, dirty neck beard. It's actually shouldn't say dirty. It's actually rather well kept, but it's just a complete hand, like around the neck, just connects like a chin strap, and he smells like perfume, like potent, like you put on way too much body spray. Little
What
Axe body spray.
what direction did he come from?
From the woods, just to the left here, to the west, right about here.
Okay. Not
And he
from
says,
the caves.
"You're lost, huh?"
No, no. What are you doing all the way out here on this blessed day? It's like,
Oh.
son.
He finally gets close, and he sees you. You're Barakirlios. And
Indeed,
you're-
friend. You run the apothecary in town, right?
Yes, I'm sorry, I am not much of a churchgoer, but too busy
Okay.
with my work.
Of course, as we all are. Hyperius can see you from right up there. Don't you worry. Point to the sun.
And then Mohag says, "Darius, good to see you." And he gives him a firm handshake. And Darius says, "Mohag, hey, thanks for those herbs. Cured that hangover right away." He's like, anytime. Now, I assume then you're not lost. You're not just anybody here. You live here. You know this place like the back of your hand.
Yes, we do.
I asked Barak to lead us out here so we could reminisce about our adventures in the Caves of Chaos 3 years ago.
I heard the
with
stories.
Celebration coming up. We thought it would be best.
And if I'm intending to tell a bit of a lie there, and using my skill to do so if necessary.
Yeah, why don't you make a deception check here? Because he says, "Interesting. All the stories I've heard from Mohag here is of ones of horror and loss and tragedy."
Aye, well,
He likes to exaggerate a bit.
It was a bloody fight, though. But I wanted to see it again one more time before I pass. I rolled a 23 on the deception.
And when he hears that you're about to pass, or I guess that you're old, I guess, he's like,
Oh, it's
he's like
obvious I'm old.
he takes off his hat and he holds it, clutches it close to his chest. He's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were ill or your time was near."
Oh, I'm not a young dwarf, but I may not pass by this way again. So I wanted to see it one more time in case I don't.
Well, I don't mean to interrupt. I just, I did happen to catch some food. If you'd like to have a picnic, I have more than enough for all of us. And you can see he took down a deer.
Hi.
Dang.
He was bringing some of the meat back, but he says,
are we?
What brings you out to
different
this
now?
far from the keep then? Just
He'll
on,
answer your-
on deer.
he'll answer your question. What was your question, Sasori, though?
I was like, the Whispering Woods are different. We just passed through it like no big deal. We didn't make any checks, and then this guy's just hanging out in the Whispering Woods. No big
So-
deal. Like since we finished the Cave of Chaos, like are they
So
no longer?
yeah, so Sasori would not have necessarily known the extent of it because he was so, he was in stone. But yeah, the Whispering Woods, they don't have the same effects anymore. Nihilis's grasp is kind of like has been gone. So people have traveled through the woods and it's been safe, relatively safe. There's still orcs, there's still goblins, there's still creatures that live in the area, but yes, they're not causing those checks.
I'd love some meat. That sounds excellent.
Great. And he says, and I've got so many more ingredients for potions, things like that. We'll be well stocked for next month or so.
Excellent. What would the keep do without you, Darius?
So he'll prepare a fire. I mean, if Hieronymus, your spell goes off.
I'll actually just make a fire.
Produce bonfire.
Create bonfire.
Okay.
Poof.
With all this happening, Darius is acting like totally on par with the way I've seen him act as long as I've known him.
He's a stand-up guy.
He's a
All right,
stand-up
well,
guy. Everybody around here is a stand-up guy.
everyone is, and I think once Barrick sets the fire going, I'll walk up and reintroduce my true self.
Do you show him that you're a tiefling?
Well, I mean, not like that true self, but like, oh, God, no.
There's so many layers.
Hold on. How many true selves do you have?
Eric's are like
Too
onions.
many, right? Like he's seen my disguised form, but he hasn't seen my non-disguised form, and he hasn't seen my tiefling form. It's really the middle one, the middle of the road one, that I present to the Char Coalition that I don't think he knows yet.
Your everyday.
Yeah,
You're showing
my
us
day to day,
self-form.
my daily driver disguise, if you will.
The one, hold on. This one, I assume it looks like you, but just not
It's
purple and no
Not
tail
infernal.
and no
Yeah,
horns.
yeah,
But same
Yeah.
face.
yes.
Okay.
Okay, so you introduce yourself as Eric Lavernus, and you look like the human version of Eric Lavernus.
The very same.
And he doesn't know the other one because you disguised yourself. What was your? Did you say I have a different name? You said I was Larrick Avernus.
But yeah, exactly. I was just a stranger passing through, a John Doe, if you will.
Okay, so you gave him an alias, which
Yeah.
was like John Smith or whatever. And
Yeah.
okay, so do you show him and tell him that you are the same person, or are you just saying hi? I'm Eric Lavernus.
Yeah, I think I'll show him. Why not? He hasn't been back home yet. He might as well see the note when he gets back. Be like, hi, I'm Darius. It feels like a good time to tell you the truth here. I've been lying to you through my teeth. I am the very same man who's been renting your room. The infamous, the famous Eric Lavernus, who saved the keep, even more so than Mohag saved the keep.
Hey,
And while I appreciate your hospitality, I feel now's a good time to come clean with you.
Mohag's like, here we go again. And you
No,
show
I got no
him.
time for you right now.
He's like, wait, John? No.
I know this is jarring, and I appreciate your good graces.
All
You can
right.
tell
Well,
it
then,
would
if
be
if that's the
difficult for me to just
case-
waltz back in.
if that's the case, if I'm to believe that you're, and I'm not saying I had let anybody stay in my keep or in my shop, but if I did, what would the passcode have been to get in the back door the first week before I gave you a key?
Well, obviously, I remember the passcode perfectly. It's roses are red, violets are blue, apothecaries are useful, and so are you.
I do love the rose petal scent.
Go back
Yeah,
to the
Then you
festival.
smell lovely, Darius. You do smell lovely.
You are so good with poetry, he says. I should have known it. I should have known.
It is my giveaway, my poker tell, if you will.
He clears himself, and he's like, "Well, I guess then it's nice to finally meet you, the real you."
I will shake his hand. Like I'm happy I can show you my real self now.
Yeah,
And,
your real self. Yes.
My totally real 100% self.
He'll shake your
Simple
hand.
human.
Yep.
Darius,
your
I
hand.
think I should also tell you that I left some coin for your troubles and for lying to you back to the shop. So whenever you make it back there is something waiting for you.
Thank you. Then you know what? As a parting gift, take this. And he takes out his perfume spray. It's one of those like old-fashioned, the straw, and
yeah,
the squeeze ball and little bladder ball. And he's like, tss, tss, tss. He sprays it. Sprays a couple on himself already. It's the rose petal scent, and he gives it to you.
In my head, I'm just imagining the scene from Grand Budapest Hotel where they break kids out of prison.
I've never seen it. Oh wait, I have seen that movie. Yes, I did.
That's
Yes, I did.
It's worth.
Great movie.
I've
10 out of
seen it.
10 recommend.
I don't remember that scene in particular, but I do remember that.
Ah, great.
So he gives you the perfume, and he says, "What is he doing?" Hieronymus. And Hieronymus, your spell goes off.
So the first thing Hyro will do is stand up and give him a good look over, concentrate on him for a round or two, and see if he's got anything going on.
Magic?
Detect magic.
He does not.
All right, he'll just dismiss him, and he'll while they're all doing their conversation stuff, he'll head up to where we had kind of pinpointed that area that we wanted to start scanning.
He sees you
And,
moving, and he's like, "So no bonfire, no lunch?" And
No, he'll let you guys do that. I
Okay.
mean, how far away are we from that spot right now?
you could stay within sight, hundreds of feet. I think it's like squares are like 100 feet or 200 feet, something like that.
Yeah,
I
so
forget.
he'll just kind of meander about, kind of walk around and looking,
Sure. You
staying in sight, not trying to hide or anything.
Sure. Perhaps
Looking
Skeggy, do you go with him, because I feel like you were interested in investigating the leveling
Yeah.
of the ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
He'll-
I'll tag along with
Yeah,
Hyro.
I'll elbow Skeggy as I walk. Come on, let's go.
Okay.
Okay. I'll stay back a little bit, 10, 15 feet away. I don't want to interfere with his mystical senses
Sure.
or distract him.
You travel several hundred feet forward, and as you do, the detect magic will sense something up ahead. There is where is it here? What lies before you looks like I said, basically the forest to the left, right, maybe some small rolling hills. The leveling of it becomes more flat, but again, like, there's some hills up ahead, and you see birds flying over. But when you get within 30 feet, you sense that there's a magical illusion in front of you, and what looks like these rolling hills, the birds, the foliage, that is the facade.
Is it like a curtain where if I poke my face beyond, I'll be able to see what's beyond the facade?
So just like the one at the Raven Rock, when you found that down below, as you get closer, you can almost feel like an imperceptible like hum of the magic. It's really faint, but like the detect magic will definitely amplify that to you. And
Right.
when you do poke through that veil, you see beyond it. And instead, it is not the unremarkable, hillside blending seamlessly. It is a thick, overgrown vegetation and what looks like jagged rocks.
Okay.
Do you
Okay,
continue towards it?
yeah, I'll let Skeggy know so that I have a little protection.
So he's like, I'm going in. And as he
Come on,
goes
Skeggy.
in,
It's illusion.
he disappears.
Okay. Can I try and I'll get my crossbow out and knock a quarrel and try to step through after him, following his exact path as much as I can.
Sure. The
Can
jagged
I pass
rocks.
through the thing, or
Yep, you can if you'd like.
okay?
The jagged rocks, they seem real. Like, they don't look like they're fake. Like, you're not detecting magic from them. And like the moss and all the vegetation, that also does not ping magic. The only thing that pinged the magic was the veil that's surrounding them. There's no more than like, I don't know, maybe like 20 feet till you get to this rock face. And you start to like look through the ground and the vegetation. If you move aside some of the vines, you can see an entryway that goes into the rock, into the side of that hillside.
Look at Skeggy, be like, short people for the win.
Yeah, anyone that wants to go into it would probably have to duck down, but it's at least like a 5-foot opening.
All right, well, let's head back. Let's go get him. Let's do this.
Do we want to let Darius know about this, or do we want to?
Okay.
No,
Hyro's
that was a
not-
question.
Hyro's not much of a subterfuge. He's not much. He's really not good at it. So
What's my sense of Darius? Does he seem on the up and up?
He's the
Stand-up
greatest
guy.
man I've ever met in my entire life.
Yeah, well, I'm not
The
sure I
only
trust your
person-
instincts.
I'll say the only person I would hold him in high regard then is the hermit, who I also trusted implicitly, and look what happened to that. So,
To be fair, the hermit you just met, Darius, you've known for like a month.
All right.
I trust them both equally.
In RPG days, a month is like, might as well be a decade.
We're essentially soulmates.
Gnome, let's go see if they've finished
Let's get rid of
preparing
the
lunch
apothecary.
and see how things are faring down at the picnic site.
Mohag's chowing down.
So yeah, they
So-
get back to the fire, and I'm discussing with Darius which is the best part of the deer to start with, and I'm asking him if I can have the deer, leather so we can tan it.
Mohag says, I think you should always start with the venison.
Of course you do, Mohab. It's back straps or you're wrong. There's one answer.
Mohag, you should really start with the hoof. I think that you'd find it very flavorful.
I know when I'm being made fun of. He scoffs. Chows down on some more deer meat.
Oh,
Is it weird that he's this far from the keep to hunt for deer?
He was picking herbs and mushrooms.
Okay.
Happened to just get a deer.
Yeah, well, Skaggy did an insight check on him, right? So
Yeah, I want to just follow this conversation and just kind of get a sense of if I'm buying his story, or does he seem sketchy?
He doesn't have any kind of deceptive or illusion magic that would be tricking us, and he seems to be.
He is, in fact, an apothecary. I will vouch for him that he does have a well-stocked shop.
Why don't we invite him to come with us? In fact, yes, let's do that.
Mohag says, I know he's an apothecary because I've gone to his shop a few times to get some, well, let's say, personal care products.
all right.
All right.
Are you getting more stuff for that silly hair? If you just cut it off, then you wouldn't have this problem. Come on, I'll do it right now, right here.
Are
How
we
do you think it
suggesting
stays
that
so
D&D
curly? He says,
apothecaries
I use a
are
lot of
also,
his
like-
hair gel.
Who wants
That's it,
anything
do
that's
apothecaries sell hair
that
gel?
much
The
maintenance?
dentist.
Just cut it off.
The
Be a
apothecary.
real
How
warrior.
long has he been in town?
He's one of the new recruits. 3 months ago, a huge group came up. The biggest group that came up since you all came up. Since before you
and
came
so
up.
did he come up with Voss, soon after Voss?
After Voss.
I asked him if I can inspect his bow. Must have been a nice shot while Skaggy's examining him.
Sure. It is a standard short bow.
Awesome. I hand it back. Well,
He says it was my
lunch
father's.
was great.
It was my father's, and then you cut him off.
Oh, your father? No. I would. You know what, Darius? Let's get a drink in the grease goat when we're back.
All right. So are we heading? Are we heading back?
No, we're gonna stay out here. Go back to the old sites.
Let's
but,
invite him to come with us.
Come
Or
where?
Meat Shield. Come on, Hieronymus. Meat Shield this guy. Let's go.
I am
Of course.
absolutely
That's
all about.
Hieronymus's
All right, then Hieronymus,
motivation.
in character, you invite him.
Hey, why don't you come with us? We could use someone like you to help us.
Where?
We've been exploring. We might have found
yeah?
something cool.
Something we didn't notice before.
He clears his throat. He goes, well, how long do you think this would be?
Darius, I'm
Oh.
telling you as a friend and a patron of your shop, we don't have a good track record of keeping people alive that travel with us.
Well,
Oh,
you might be in luck, he says, because I have the habit of keeping people alive. And he takes out his backpack
Oh.
and he
I like
reveals
this idea.
a whole kit, vials and of potions and things like that. He's got healing potions, acid
Oh, you're coming with
flasks,
us.
alchemist fire.
Interesting.
He says, I never leave home without 3 of each.
I smack him on the back and I say, ha, I like this guy. I knew
Yeah.
I like.
He's like, no, that's where I kept my potions of invisibility. Oh.
And he disappears.
Well, we
Okay.
might have uncovered something that had been missed for a long, long time, and we were just about to go investigate. And I think that you are just the man to join us.
A mystery, you say? He clears his throat. Well, then I'm game for adventure.
How do you know? All right, then.
How many hit points do you have?
Well, I guess they could hit here. Here, he has like leather armor on.
All
All
right.
right. Wow.
All right.
Love it.
Okay. Looks like
I'm
Hey,
keeping
Bob,
this
give
man
us a
safe.
healer.
If someone else goes down, it's your problem. This man is my ward.
A meat shield with healing potions.
He's got 3
I-
healing
it-
potions, 3 alchemist fires, and 3 acid flasks.
Wow.
okay. Is he like an actual? I mean, I don't expect an answer, Bob. I'm just musing out loud. Is he like an actual artificer?
I've
There's
got
a potion style of artificer, isn't there?
that. There
Yeah,
is.
there's
I've got
alchemist.
some.
Rolls a new potion every morning. It's a pretty cool class. I wanted to play it.
I've got some notes here about Darius.
Can I-
I'm not asking for meta
I wonder
information.
if I would have been disappointed if we were like, see you, Darius.
There's King with
Goodbye.
us, Sorry.
Go home. Bob
Hey,
spent
listen.
like 3 months making this character. and his
No, no, no.
backstory.
Yeah, all my free time.
All right,
Up to you.
then.
It's up to you.
Let's
Thanks for
explore.
lunch, Darius.
Can I give him better armor?
He's got leather armor. You have armor with you right now?
No, I guess I wouldn't carry extra.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
You never know.
I need a bag of holding. Damn it!
Remember, he's not an adventurer, so like, he'd be like, this was my granddaddy's armor, and it's passed on to my father, and it's like leather worn over the years. He only wears it to go into the woods if he's needs that extra +1 of AC.
Does he have himself a weapon?
He has a short bow and a short
Cool.
sword.
Perfect.
There you go.
I
What
like
more
this
could you
guy.
want?
I'm ready to go. He says, I do ask that if it's going to be an extended period, we head back within maybe a few days, because to keep the shop closed this long would be bad for business.
Of course.
We've got a party to be back for next week.
Yes, and I do expect an influx of customers, so I would want to be back for that.
I hope you're well stocked
Darius.
up with hangover remedies.
Oh, I am, and he shows you his like bushels that he's collected over the last day or two.
I call this one Z-Biotics.
Does he have
this
any
is-
family or close contacts I would be aware of from my time in the
No,
shop?
you wouldn't
I'm
have.
worried about it.
He talks about his family. They don't. He's on his own, but talks about his family a lot. His parents, his siblings, but
Okay, I'm
None
just
that
making
you
sure
would-
If he does die, I want to have some responsibility for him.
okay. You love being responsible for people to die.
You say if.
You are the weirdest trickster cleric ever.
I would just feel so bad if we were like, hey, I was like, hey man, we're gonna kill people, and he's like, I'm in, and then he died. I would feel terrible.
Like Zeb.
That's okay. It's on Hyro anyway.
Yeah.
Ira will not feel terrible.
All right.
Good
So,
thing
Yeah,
you're
after
here.
our interaction with Zeb's wife, I mean, you're totally cool with it.
do you go past the veil now? Do you want to show
Yeah.
everybody the?
Yeah,
Okay.
so we well, like Hyro will fill him in on what we found so far, and so he's up to date. He knows what we're doing.
Do you explain to him everything you read in the books, the spell weavers?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. You unload everything that you've learned.
Yeah, if he's with us, he might as well know what we know. And again, Hyro is not a secretive person.
Okay. So you uncover the veil, and he's marveling at the illusion, and it's permanent. It doesn't go away. And he's like, wow, incredible. So, where to?
There's a bit of an entrance.
You show him the vegetation-covered entrance, and
We'll
he
show
says,
everybody, not just him. But
yeah. And he's like wowed by everything, eyes wide. He's taking it all in. Mohag says, so the Quasqueton is in there?
Does this is this a cave entrance or a tunnel entrance or what?
It looks like a tunnel.
Okay.
Mhm.
Old, new.
Definitely
Any
old.
idea who made it based on the looks of it?
No,
He
very
asks
old.
as a dwarf.
No, but very old though. Like you wouldn't know who made it, but very old.
Okay, but it's not like modern human style technology, modern dwarf technology. Old.
I'll tell you this: it was created by magic. No
Okay.
way this tunnel could have been created by tools. It's too perfect.
You don't know dwarven tool use, then, do you?
Then it rivals it.
You go on thinking that, lad. You just think that.
Mohag says, "All right, me first."
Yes.
All right, Mohag.
Absolutely. Get in the lead there, Mohag.
Unless Darius
Darius
wants
next
to
to me.
go, Mohag says.
No, Darius is next to me.
I'll fill in behind Mohag. Just allow Mohag to take the lead, but yeah, Darius.
I'll cast light on Barrick's shield.
I appreciate it, but I'm gonna throw up some of my own lights.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Nancy.
Immediately, as soon as Mohag says he's taking point, I pull a knife to his neck and say, "Who are you? This is not how Mohag acts. He was always a coward at the back. We have an imposter, everyone. There's an imposter." It's the first time Sasori's seen Mohag in action.
That's true, actually. You're right. I don't
Yeah.
believe much of him.
He's always a coward. This is wrong. Who is this? Tell me
They've
who
been
you
in
are.
the same town for 3 years.
Yeah, but when I've seen him fight, all I've seen him is lie at the bar.
That's true. He hasn't really fought much. But Mohag says he's kept up his skills over the years.
Mohag leveled up.
Well, that you don't know.
I mean,
So
he got
We'll find out soon
Yeah.
enough. Okay, so
So here we are. I've moved this over to our Roll20 screen. You can see the entryway here. As you go in, the cave eventually opens wide. The ceilings in any given place are going to be 8 to 10 feet tall. So unless I say otherwise, they are 8 to 10 feet tall. This map is actually a great map. Links down below in the description to it. John Pintar, I believe is how you pronounce his name. Excellent map maker, makes maps of all these, redesigned maps of all these old school maps. In fact, I believe made the keep one we used. So
sweet.
similar in that fashion, but very well done. I put all your tokens here. Mohag, you might notice, has a new token to denote his new look. So Mohag is got a mullet now. So he's got a mullet, and there it is. Let me make it bigger so our fans at home could see.
No, he's about as ugly as I expected.
There
Okay.
you go. There's Mohag. So he's got his new look, new mullet look. And these are
Oh, look.
printable hero tokens, which we all use.
I love
Uh,
the Darius token.
Patreon.com.
Yep, exactly. Their Patreon's great. I'm a member of it. This is Darius.
Wow.
We said
He's
a
a
neck
square
beard.
jawed.
Right.
Wow, it's the closest I could get to the neckbeard. But yes, he does have a
love
a square jaw. It's covered by his neckbeard.
Yeah.
And Hieronymus, I actually put Cockroach here, but you haven't talked about him. You're gonna use Find Familiar as a ritual as well.
Well, I would have already have had him out.
So you just summon him. He can go in that pocket dimension, and you could summon him when you choose.
Yeah. Yeah, cockroach
Yeah.
is just part of the daily, everyday life for Hyro.
Yep. You can move yourself into a marching order that you find appropriate. Mohag is at the front.
Yeah.
Is this good for everybody?
Yeah.
Darius will go next to Eric.
Thank you.
Perfect. All right, move your tokens.
Whoa. So Darius, tell me about your father.
Well, you see, he was very interested in herbs and all different sorts of roots, and he goes on and on about some long story about how he went into a crazy trip one time after taking the wrong herb. Not good.
We can't move.
Yes,
We
I
can't
took
move
the wrong
Darius.
crystal once. I know what you mean.
Yeah, crystals.
Hey,
Forget it.
Cockroach
Bob, no one
doesn't-
can move Darius but you.
Okay, I'll move Darius.
I can't see through cockroach.
You can't see through him. What do you mean?
When I move him back down to the bottom of the cave, I get no vision.
Oh, well, unless you use your, you have to look through his eyes to see it. So
Take
you'd have to.
action.
Do I,
Yeah.
oh, I have to actively do that?
Yeah, I'll
That
do it.
just
Yes, you have to
happens
actively do it. Yeah.
Naturally.
Okay, so you get to the door here. It looks like there's an entryway. I'm also going to ask you to also roll a d20. As you read through those books, you would have heard some rumors about Quasqueton from that first book. Everyone would have heard a rumor while perusing through it. Call out your number and I'll tell you what you get.
14.
14. So as you peruse through the pictures, especially, you saw that Quasqueton, the legends say that there's a room with many pools of water within the complex. Another one.
13.
13. From the there's rooms with various relics in them. Another one.
I had a
One.
20.
A 1 and a 20? For the 1, re-roll that, please.
Okay. I will.
For the 20, you know that the complex has more than one level.
Okay.
And Eric, a 5?
Yes.
Part of the complex is unfinished.
A high roll
Okay.
15.
High row 15. The very walls speak to visitors. That's what you would have heard in your research about Quasqueton. Okay.
Sorry, what was the 14th Nim? Sorry, John.
There
A room
are
with lots of pools of water.
Room with lots of pools. Cool.
Okay. You get to this door, this first entry, which would be the official entrance to whatever chamber
Wait,
this
Darius
is.
and Mohag don't roll, and we don't learn their stuff.
Darius
weren't
did
there
not
reading.
do
They were reading books
research.
with us.
And Mohag, you think he read a book? No. So, you get to this door, and it's broken, hanging off of its hinges. It's an iron door. Actually, it's wooden, reinforced with iron, and it is like splintered and hanging off its hinges. It was a heavy door.
Can we tell how it broke, or is it just time?
It looks like something damaged it, broke through it,
Broke
Can I-
in or
can I
broke
tell if
out?
it's-
broke in.
Are
Can
there
I tell
signs
if
of what
it's-
kind of?
Yeah.
Sorry,
I think
Tim,
Nate
go
asked
ahead.
the Same question. What kind of
Yeah.
damage it was? Like was it like a battering ram or like a fireball or like?
You can give me an
what broke it?
investigation.
Can we tell?
If you'd
Sure.
like to find out exactly how, give me investigation. Anybody can make this check.
I don't know
Looks
anything
like
about
it's
investigating,
broken.
How about a 16?
I was gonna say I'm just muddy the waters up with my minus 2.
20.
No,
Dirty-
Skaggy knows for sure.
Dirty
He's a
20.
detective.
If you were to guess, Eric, Hieronymus and Eric and Skeggy, if you were to guess as to what perhaps did this, something with like maybe axes, perhaps multiple axes. And then if
Like
you were to
someone
guess,
hit it with a lightning bolt.
no, not magic. And then Skeggy, oh, what's what maybe Barrack thinks with this 6, yeah. And Skeggy, it would have taken either a lot of time or a lot of force of those blows to splinter the wood like that.
Okay.
So either time or force, massive force, burst through here, and it was like axes breaking it down.
Are there is the splintered wood on the floor, or is that long since gone?
It's long. No. There's some still there.
Does it look freshly broken?
It does.
Okay, so somewhat like within hours, days, or weeks, something like that, not years and years.
Yeah, certainly.
Okay. Yeah. In the tunnel as we've approached, we're what, maybe 50, 60 feet in. Is there debris, leaves, and stuff that have just blown into the tunnel?
Yeah, I'd imagine for the first like 20, 30 feet, sure.
Okay, but it dies out before it gets to the door.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not gonna be able to tell anything from
No,
that.
no debris beyond the door.
Dust on the floor beyond the door?
None.
None. Interesting. So no tracks, obviously.
Hmm.
Is there enough room to squeak through?
Let's
I
do
nod
it.
to Mohag, and kind of do the head nod forward
Oh.
to the corner.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Let me get on up ahead here. I just.
I
gonna-
grab him before he goes forward to that space he just went to.
Oh yeah.
We'll stop at the corner, peer left and right.
Oh right. Yeah. Look both ways. Yeah. Whew. He's
I-
gripping.
he's,
He's like white knuckling his great axe right now.
Remember, these are, some ruins or a place that we haven't, seems like we should be on our toes here, Mohawk.
Yeah. It's been a while. Definitely been a while. Yeah. No big deal.
More stories for the grease goat, my friend.
Yeah.
And I'll look to the right.
He looks to the left. He
Mohawk.
taps the floor, and moves.
Great. Yeah. All right.
You get to a first set of alcoves. These would probably be set up for defense, right? Like in a invasion, there's nothing in them. They're like empty. But the first set of alcoves you come to, they're maybe like 30 feet or 10 feet from the door. You notice that up ahead, I imagine your sight takes you to at least here, but there's another set 30 feet up.
Nothing. These are just bare walls. They're
Completely bare walls, but definitely crafted with either dwarven precision or must be magic.
okay. Very, very smooth. No. What kind of stone? Nondescript.
No, it's a like a dark gray, I don't know, a dark gray rock. So the light, it kind of makes it hard to see even with the light spell. Like the light spell gives you 40 feet, but I'd imagine it just dampens the light a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah, Mohag will continue moving.
Can I take a perception check? Is there any noises up ahead? It seems oddly quiet.
Yeah, it is quiet. Give me a perception check, sure.
All right, that click didn't work. Let's try that again.
Darius has fallen behind.
Ooh, is nothing being sent over? I feel like I clicked twice now.
I don't see anything.
All right. A bunch of rolls
There
are
it
going to come
comes.
in 1 sec.
Yeah, 19. There we go. 19 perception check. I'll take the first one.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Let me just give everybody the ability to move Darius real quick. Okay. Should be good. What'd you say you get there? 19?
19, yep.
Gotcha. You don't hear anything, but you do see, as the light approaches, 2 stone statues in the third alcove.
Third alcove.
I have dark vision as well, if that helps.
It just might be at the edge of it.
Yep.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50. Yeah, it's on the second half of your dark vision, but yeah. By the way, 12 to 2 the Mets over the Yankees. Not gonna say it's over yet, but just saying.
Well,
I'm going to
isn't
send
that-
some of my lights forward to those statues. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to talk baseball.
Yeah, no, then I'm going to send my lights up there.
And thank you, Jason, for the super chat. Appreciate the
Jason.
support as always.
Woo!
So, you can see the statues up ahead. I'll describe them to you. So, like I said, there are 3 sets of alcoves. The first 2 were empty, but in the third, you see a pair of statues flanking the hallway. You can see that they are made of stone, that they have a sword and a shield in their hands. And once you get within this hallway, like approaching it, like where Barrack and Mohag are right now, the one on the eastern side speaks in a booming voice. And it says, "Who dares enter this place and intrude upon the sanctuary of its inhabitants?" And then after a moment, and drowning out any attempted reply, The one from the western corridor says, "Only a group of foolhardy explorers doomed to certain death." Then both shout in unison, "Woe to any who pass this place. The wrath of Zelagar and Rogan will be upon them." And we're going to go into combat.
Mm.
You said both these statues look like one another. They're sword and shield, did you say?
They look identical to each other. Yep.
Okay.
I say, Darius. Yeah, sorry we invited you.
Last chance to duck out. The door's that way if you're looking to reject our invitation.
Okay, so I've got your initiatives here. We rolled them ahead of time. We've got Sasori with a 22, Barak a 13, Skeggy 12, Mohag with a 8, Hyro with a 3. Did I forget anybody? Eric? 6?
All right.
Okay, good. And then our friends Mohag is an 8 and Darius has a 3. Okay. Let's do it. Sasori, you're up first. The creatures come to life, and they are going to attack. You go.
Bob, can you just zoom out the map for everyone on YouTube?
Oh yeah, there we go.
All right,
Hopefully
there we go.
Battlefield.
All right, I'm gonna. I don't have the range. Got a bonus action. I use my cunning action to dash to get up here. So that's fine. Actually, I'm going to go here with 35, and I'm going to attack this guy on the left with my my dual wielding rapiers. So first attack. An 8.
8's not going to cut it.
Didn't think so.
You're just rusty.
All right, with my offhand. Oh, they're really taking their sweet time to come through, aren't they? No way. An 8 again?
Not going to hit.
It didn't work. All right.
Sorry.
Yeah, that is what it is. I'm gonna back up a few steps. I still have some movement left, and they can't take opportunity attacks. So, forgot how much fun a swashbuckler is.
Sure.
I'll go to there.
Okay, great. So you run up, smack at the thing, but they evade with their slow-moving stone bodies. And maybe their shields. They block it with their shields. That's the equivalent or something like that. But either way, you move away, denying them the attack of opportunity.
You guys are so hard-headed. Just let me attack you.
You would know a little thing or two about being made of stone. So, Barak,
I don't understand what you're talking about.
you're up, Barak.
Excellent. I heft my I heft goodness gracious.
Is this the first
Dust
time you're
Crusher.
taking it out? Yeah, Dust Crusher.
And sprint forward my 30 feet. Say, I may be foolhardy, but you won't be here to see it. And I swing away at this one in front of me. We got a hot 11 coming in.
The guys
And
are
so it
a little
begins.
rusty. A little rusty.
I shake it
In the middle.
like it's not working, like it's an old video game or something.
Shake
come
it
on,
like a
get 'em
Polaroid
blown it.
picture.
I say, by the light of Hyperius, and I swing again. Ooh, a hot
Even
12.
better.
How we doing here, Bob?
A 12 still does not connect.
This
Ah.
episode, everybody dies.
And then I get ready to absorb a blow. Oh, you know what, Bobo? I'm gonna get advantage on that one.
Why so?
Because
Oh, you
I
want
can.
to? Oh,
And a 17.
a 17 hits.
Hey.
So let's describe this though, Nate.
Sure. Yeah. I would say that if you're back, back at the lines, you might see a faint glow around me. And Bob, jump in if you want to add anything or whatever. And they wouldn't be able to maybe see any of the other stuff that might happen because I'm facing the other way.
True.
But yeah, maybe I would say a faint glow, faint radiant glow. What do you think?
Yeah, and they might attribute that to Dusk Bringer because Dusk Crusher because Dusk Crusher does glow a bit, like natural.
It does.
It's magical aura, but
I think it gives off 10 feet of dim
Yeah.
light or something.
maybe like
Yeah.
a surge of it or something that they would just maybe attribute to that.
Yeah.
And then
Great.
you hit
So it does 12 damage.
12 bludgeoning damage.
And if it's not, I'm assuming it's not undead. But undead take an extra 1d8.
It is not undead. Okay.
Cool.
Next up, we go to Skeggy, and after that it'll be Mohag, Eric, Hyro.
Okay. I will. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I far enough forward to get a clear shot at this one?
Yeah.
Okay. So I will. First, I will use my bonus action to insightfully fight him. Can he beat a 16 with his deception roll?
Doubtful. No, he cannot.
Okay, then I'm going to get my sneak attack bonus. So here comes my shot. 19.
That'll connect.
So that will be a total of 19 piercing.
And I do regret to inform you, when you hit
I
it,
expect.
your bolt just like breaks on it, and it seems to be unaffected by this entirely.
Completely immune to piercing.
Completely
Well-
immune.
Darius, you and I might want to be checking out now.
Would you like to stay there or move?
I bonus actioned with the insightful fighting.
Oh, gotcha. Right.
I don't
Gotcha.
think I don't think I can take that second move. Let me
Okay.
double check.
Correct. Cunning
Play
action.
on and
Yeah.
and I'll double check my
Okay.
abilities.
Next up would be the creature now. This creature on the left side will jump down into the fray. It'll stop you, Barrack, or let's see. It might jump down here as well. All right, so we're going to do one on Barrack, one on Skeggy. Not Skeggy, sorry, excuse me. So let's do that. Barrack?
Yeah.
2 nat 1s on its attacks. So you had a bad day. He's having worse.
Let's go.
The other one, though, will entrench itself in both of you. Like, he'll come down and engage Sasori. He's actually not going to attack, though. What he's going to do is he's going to emit... You can, see, almost like waves, through the air. He's emitting some sort of effect. And everyone here, within 10 feet, that includes Sasori, Barrack, and Skeggy, you are slowed. You need to
We
give
don't
me
get to save?
You need to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh. Hey. Dang. Sasori, you get an extra +3
Sweet. I need it because I have a
if
minus
you're
one.
Within his paladin aura.
Yeah. In fact, I
Yeah.
shout back to everyone, stay close if you need to avoid things.
I'm trying to roll it and it's not coming through.
Okay, I'm sure it'll come through. It's been slow tonight. But wisdom saving throws for all of you.
My evasion doesn't affect this at all, does it?
It is not a dexterity check. So no,
All right.
it's wisdom. Did you all roll and it's just not coming up?
Yep.
Yep.
Great.
All right.
Does it show? Oh,
I'll do
I see
the,
some dice coming now. Nope, I don't see it.
No. Okay.
It was like I didn't see any.
Do you
I'll
see
do,
anything on your end or no?
No,
Not even on
No.
I'm just gonna roll it by hand.
D&D Beyond.
What
Oh, something's
what was
coming in.
that?
Nate?
I just rolled the regular D20 plus my saving.
Okay, we'll count this just the regular rolls though.
Okay, here comes my regular roll. 16.
Nice.
Wow.
Mine will also be a 16 plus 2 minus 1.
Cool. So Barrick, you're the only one that fails here.
Hey.
So your speed is halved. You can't take more than one attack on a turn. And in addition, you can either take an action or a bonus action, not both. And these effects last, well, I'll tell you when they end, but they seem to last, they'll seem to be lasting.
Hey.
All right?
Okay, so Sasori and I are okay?
You've passed your saving throw, yep. Mhm.
Oh, yeah, good.
All right, we'll go to... the
Wait,
group.
inspiration. Sorry.
Sure,
You
go
can
for it.
keep going, but I'm gonna do that.
Roll it. Let me see what you get.
Yeah. nice.
16.
You pass all 16s. Look at that.
All right.
The light of Hyperius saves you yet again.
By the light of Hyperius, the risen
Let's-
one.
Let's go down to Mohag. Mohag will jump in here, and he runs over and he says, maybe an axe will do it. What do you think?
I feel like he
Bludgeoning
sounded
damage will definitely work. Come on.
nerdier than usual, and I like it.
Give it your best shot, lad.
All right, Mohag goes and attempts to attack with his great axe. He gets a 19, so he hits. And it's actually a critical hit for him normally because he's got the great or improved critical. He
Yes.
squares this thing up, hits it right in the skull, and just again the axe head like dents into it, chips a little bit. You see some sparks fly. The axe just flies to the side, and he's like bewildered as he like spins around. I don't think the axe is gonna do it.
Oof.
I don't think any regular damage will affect these.
That or else
Creatures.
it's... You
Bludgeon.
might try hitting it with the flat of the axe, lad. Maybe it needs to be blunt.
Mm.
He goes in, and he stays there, next to Barrick. Gets close. We go
This is
to
bad.
Eric, and then Hyro.
I'm gonna move to right here. I feel like that's the safe distance to go in.
Mhm.
And then I'm gonna use my channel divinity to create a duplicate. Right here, right next to Barrick between the two creatures.
Gotcha.
And that's my turn. I don't think I have any bonus actions I can do really. Let me double check. No, that's it. That's my that's it.
Gotcha. Next up will be Hyro, and then Darius.
Step up to here, and he's gonna target this one with Firebolt. Did it come through?
Yeah.
Oh!
27, nat 20.
That's called a critical hit, friends.
That's a critical hit.
Someone's not rusty.
So, if I just hit the damage here twice, is that what I do?
No, it should be already in. Just click on the damage and it should roll it.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Well, there's half of it.
That seems right.
That was only 2 dice. It's 2d10.
Wow.
So
Did you
It
click
did-
on the firebolt in the... Okay.
I just rolled it randomly then.
Wow,
Or,
great rolls
manually.
here. My God,
So that's
7,
a
8.
total of 34 damage.
Oh my gosh!
By the
Wow.
power of Hieronymus, I command you to die. And then he'll step back.
Wow, great job. Great fire. The best firebolt I've ever seen. I've never seen it do that much damage.
Mhm.
That's so good. All right, next up would be Darius. And Darius...
Right, critical is just double the amount of damage dice, right?
Yes.
So that was
Darius.
4d10.
Oh yeah, you're 100% correct. Yeah.
Yep.
Darius clears his throat. Well, perhaps some acid will do. He'll run up here and toss a vial.
Okay.
Let's see, why am I rolling it on that one? Let me roll it over here. Let's see if he hits. He gets an 18. That is going to hit. And the acid vial will break. And it will do a total of... That's not what I want. That is so not what I want. Okay. That's everything I'm rolling is the wrong thing. I apologize, everybody. This is the correct one. Acid vial, and it does 9 damage of acid to it, and it seems to go through. It works. Hit it with acid, he says. All right, next up is top of the order, Sasori.
So Sasori's a little thick-headed. So I think Sasori's just going to attack again normally. At least with my first attack.
Could I say something as a free action?
Sure.
Yeah, I would love some help.
So sorry, I could help you out. If you'll but wait for me to get to you.
All right, I some help sounds great.
I
can
can be
come
more
up-
specific, but it feels like cheating to.
Do you want him
How
to
about-
wait? Do you
How
want him
about
to
I come up
ready in
to
action?
you? I'm just going to come up to you then.
Go for it.
Where are you now?
Can you delay your turn?
I don't know exactly
You can
what
ready
I
in
rolled.
action. You can't delay the whole turn.
No. Okay.
I know. So
Oh, all right.
I'm going to attack this first guy. Nice and normal. Oh, come on, please come through. Did anyone else get anything to come through?
Not yet. Roll 20 is being annoying tonight.
All right,
I'm
well,
glad to know it's not just me.
it's a 23 with my rapier. That'll hit. And then the damage is, of course, pretty darn good. We're just going to take the 8, though. I'm not going to use the sneak attack on this one. So that does nothing, correct?
Correct. You slash it with your rapier,
Yeah,
and
but
it
now he
does
can't take
no
opportunity-
damage.
But he can't take opportunity attacks, so now I'm going to come
Sure.
up here.
Yep.
And get next to Barrick and delay my bonus action.
You can't delay a
Second.
bonus action.
I know I can't delay
Okay.
anything.
Yeah, you
Um,
can't delay yet, but we'll see what he does on his turn.
All right, I'll take out my hammer that I have. From,
Is it a warhammer or is it like a nail,
No, it's-
carpenter's hammer?
straight up a hammer for my climbing gear?
Okay. Is that a rubber mallet? No, just kidding.
No, it's not rubber. It's a regular carpenter's hammer.
Okay, fair enough. Let's go
I guess-
to Barrick and then Skeggy.
Yeah. Wait, did you just put away your rapiers, Sasori?
At least one of them, yeah.
All right. Well, I reach over to your other rapier and say, "Here you go, friend. Take a little radiant gift from Hyperius."
Cool. You could do
And,
that with both in the future, could you?
I don't think so. It's concentration.
Cool. Awesome.
So I think I just can do one. But your rapier becomes a +1 magical rapier.
Thank you.
Yeah. And that lasts for up to an hour.
Yeah, and the hammer is still in my other hand because I need to be dual wielding for my AC. So
Yeah.
perfect.
And then I'll swing away again on that fellow that I hit last time, the northernmost fellow. In the name of the Ascended One, a 27.
Dude.
That'll hit.
Ew. 10 bludgeoning damage.
You're attacking the one that you hit last time or the one that
Yeah.
they've all been hitting? Okay, this one.
Oh, Yeah, I'm attacking the northernmost one. Strategery, you know.
Yep. So the north one for 10.
Yes, and again a 22 to hit.
Yep.
Excellent. I will bring you down to the base of Mount Argonia. 8 bludgeoning damage.
Nice. Again, the hammer just doing work. It's magical, so it seems to bypass any of their damage resistances, and you are clubbing these things, chipping them. They seem to feel Dusk Crusher's wrath. Let's go to Skeggy.
I have literally nothing.
Yeah, it might
To
be
do.
difficult here.
Everything I do is piercing. I have no magical weapon. I have no hammer. Wow. I will. Oh, yeah. I will step in front of Darius because I'm a goofball, and I will dodge.
Good idea.
Nice. I know
Next
that
up.
life.
We go to the statues. The statues look towards the illusion of Eric Lavernus, the duplicate. But they seem to have a good sense of magic, and they ignore it almost immediately. Both of them look at it and then disregard the illusion, Eric.
Wow.
The one here looks towards Skeggy and will slam into you.
You can
Disadvantage,
try.
correct? So with disadvantage, the lowest I got in the first tag was a 23.
The low was a 23.
The low was a 23.
Whoa.
You take 17 damage.
Ah.
Second attack with disadvantage is a 12.
I'm a 16.
Okay, so that one misses. You take 1 slam for 17 bludgeoning. The other
That
one
was a lot.
up top is going to look at Barrick and attack you. And your armor is relatively high, correct, Barrick?
It is. Just tell me if it hits. It's a
It
22.
hits. It hits.
I will shield.
So Barrick does something unprecedented here. Barrick casts shield. And,
A radiant wall of light comes up in front of me. So that'll bring my AC to a 27.
Yep. Now, Hieronymus, you see this barely because you're hiding, strategically placed behind the wall here, correct?
Yeah, I'm peeking around though.
You might hear the same components that, you've heard others cast shield or yourself, and you hear it come from Barrick's lips.
I'm gonna have a talk with that boy.
Now, unfortunately for you, Barrick, the shield still does not protect you.
No!
You take
All right.
21 bludgeoning damage.
Yikes!
Luckily, the first attack missed, the second attack hit.
You said 21?
Yeah.
That hurts. All right.
Okay.
Yes,
now
it
we go
does.
to who do we go to in here? Mohag. Mohag sees that his axe doesn't really do much. He's gonna make a little bit of a run for it. Whoops, he's gonna disengage and go beyond. And he runs down these steps here, and he gets to this hallway, and he's like, "Oh my God, there's bodies everywhere." And now maybe the people who are kind of towards the edge here, Barrack, Sasori, you look beyond the steps and there's blood staining the floor, and there are 5 bodies within sight in this middle of this
Fresh,
hallway.
liquid, wet blood.
Fresh, liquid, wet. No, dried blood, but there's bodies there. They're not like skeletons. They're flesh and bones. Okay, we go to Eric.
All right. I would like to move myself forward to. Are there 2 of me somehow? No.
Oh,
All right,
I
hold
made
on.
a duplicate of you. Must have.
No worries.
Yeah. Who is the real
let me
Eric
mess-
Lavernus? We don't really know.
No one, no, definitely not Darius does now. I'd like to move to right here, and everyone still has their freedom of movement. The enemies haven't done that crazy wave thing again, right?
Everybody passed so far. Yeah.
Great, perfect. I want to cast a guiding bolt on this one right in front. No, inflict wounds, even better. Inflict wounds on the one right in front of me.
Go for it.
Let's see if we
Inflict
can get
is-
the Indiana to go through.
Inflict wound is touch, right?
It is, and I
Okay.
technically get advantage on the hit because I have me and the illusion next to each other.
Gotcha.
So I'm just gonna roll a raw d20 and see if we can get a better than that. Whatever that came through as. 16? No, okay, so we'll stick with the 23 to hit. And 26 necrotic damage for this one.
Sweet. You cast it at 3rd level. Jeez.
I am not messing around. Other people are rusty. Eric has been in the streets for the past 3 years.
Damn. Okay.
And that's my whole turn.
Alrighty. All right. Next up is towards the bottom here, Hyro and Darius.
All right, Hyro will step back out and see that the thing that he hit before has not yet fallen. Now it is time. He'll firebolt it again. Oh no. An 11.
That doesn't hit.
I will use one of my inspirations to re-roll.
Go for it. I love this inspiration now. I love it.
Oh!
What'd you get?
A 1.
Oh.
Can inspiration? How do they work? Can you give yourself advantage, or is it just like
It's a reroll of any dice.
Okay, all right. So I have 1 inspiration left.
Yep. I do them a little differently than the straight up rule book. The rule book says that you'd have to declare it beforehand, and it gives you advantage on a d20, like an attack check, a skill check, or whatever. But I just like it as be a pure reroll. I think it's more dramatic,
Yeah.
and you do it whenever you want. Your own rolls, not somebody else's roll. Okay, so now we go to Darius, and he realizes though that these things are tough, so he's going to disengage and follow the Mohag trend. And go this way. He figures Mohag. He's seen Mohag. He's seen his worst moments. He's seen his worst times. And if Mohag has the instinct to run, he's going to run. 5, 10, 15,
So
20.
every
25.
fight then?
Well, Mohag is the hero of the Caves of Chaos.
That's right. To all the people in the keep, I mean, yes, you're all the heroes, but Mohag's the most vocal about what happened. So,
Yeah, typically the ones who know what they're doing talk about it the most. Right?
yeah. All right, we go to Hyro's good, Darius is good. Sasori, back at the top of the order.
With my newfound magical weapon, I'm going to attack.
Okay.
With my
Now-
rapier first.
You do not. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that'll be a 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
So that'll be
14.
plus 1, 15 damage. With my sneak attack damage in there. All right, and then with my I'm going to attack with my hammer next.
Okay. Now you don't get your proficiency with this, and you don't get
don't
your.
get-
You use
Yep.
your strength.
So it's a -1.
But a nat
And it's-
20.
It's a crit.
What a
Oh,
shame
no, it's
here.
0. My strength is 0, not minus.
Okay. What a
All
shame
right.
here, though. It has no effect.
Okay, but at least now we know it just takes a magic weapon.
It's just magical. All right.
Yeah.
I still feel like I want to roll the 2d4. Just to see. There we go. Oh, that was
Nice.
fun. Wasted a crit. At least I heard. Makes a nice noise, doesn't it?
Patang. All right. We go to. Oh, you want to
I'm
move?
gonna take
or you...
I'm gonna take a step back as well.
We go to Barrick.
Bob, I texted you if you could look at it quick. All right. I am probably going to swing on the one in front of me. But it could impact this turn.
I just see pictures of everybody's computers. We said before.
Oh, I texted you individually.
I know, but that's what my phone opened up to.
Oh,
Because I was in that chat. I see all your computers. Yeah, you want to do that? Mm-hmm.
yeah.
We can do it. Yeah. Go ahead.
All right.
Make your roll. Do you wanna do it? You wanna be the
Sure. All right. You all see Barrick hefting Dust Crusher leading towards the creature, and he begins to grow. So much so that I might even have to like move my head to the side as I become large.
Yeah.
And I don't know how that works in this space, but I am feeling real compact.
So I'm gonna put you to the nearest spot where you could be, and I think it's to the left because you're facing the creature, and this is a Eric Lavernus duplicate. So I'm gonna put you here.
Great. Alrighty. And I'm going to swing away again on this one there.
Yes, Barrick doing some things that nobody's ever seen before.
I'm definitely gonna have a conversation with him.
A
Hey,
26
Oh, big money here.
for 10 bludgeoning damage.
Don't forget to add the extra D4 for the size.
Oh, excellent. I did not know that's how it worked.
Mhm.
Okay, great.
Size does matter.
So,
Yeah.
14 bludgeoning damage. Excellent.
Is this on the north one as well?
Yep. Shoot. And a 12, but you
You're
know
gonna use
what,
it?
Bob?
You're using it?
No, we're not going to use it. No.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
No.
Interesting. Okay. All right. But before he rose to his size that he is now, you realize now that you're all much closer, the only person who probably can't see this is Hieronymus. But it wasn't like a bright radiant light that surged from his hammer. From within, he started to glow almost like a swirling red energy before then sprouting to his new height. So he takes up a large size now, and obviously you enlarged yourself, and there you go. You're there. Everybody saw that. That was within probably 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we go to, next up would be Skeggy.
Okay. I would not ask this if we were playing regularly, but since it's been more than a year, I forgot I have uncanny dodge, and could have halved the incoming damage on that last attack.
Sure, go for it.
Can we roll that back?
Yeah, just to half it. Yeah.
Okay, I think it was it
17?
17?
Yeah, so be 8.
So I'll
Or
give
9.
myself 8 back. Okay.
You gain 8 back, yeah.
Okay. And I'm gonna go okay, middleman, try that again. I'm trying to draw attention as I dodge
Mm-hmm. And stay in that spot.
and stay in that spot.
Okay, perfect. We'll go to the creatures. And let's see here. Eric Lavernus, it looks at you. Again, noticing that your duplicate was magical, it's going to attack you.
Oh, come on now. Why would you do that?
Do you have any magical abilities up right now? What's your armor class?
My armor class is 10. With the
10.
duplicate, it says it pass. I got to roll a d20, and if it's an 11, it goes to duplicate. But you were saying it recognizes the duplicate. Do you want to go right from it?
It recognizes the duplicate, and it goes. And it
Yeah,
did
it's
roll
a
for it, by the
solid.
way, on stream, so people
I
saw.
tried.
I
No,
impose
you're good,
disadvantage.
Hope you're good.
You want to impose disadvantage?
Darn right.
Sure.
Nice.
Your AC is what again?
10.
No.
Bros.
I didn't put my armor on. Give me a second.
I was gonna say stop it. No way.
14.
Okay. You are still hit with disadvantage. You take 25 bludgeoning damage.
Ooh, that feels good.
Jeez.
Second attack.
Oh,
20.
It's gonna hit too.
16 bludgeoning damage.
It's I'm down.
You're down.
Yep.
Okay, your duplicate goes away.
Yep, that was 2 hits. I'm down. Oh,
These things are nasty.
yeah.
Okay, and then the other one's going to attack Barrack. All right, now your armor class is still 20, Barrack?
22.
22. Gotcha. Take another hit.
Great.
16 bludgeoning.
Okie doke.
Take another hit. Good.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I used my reaction to protect.
Oh, sorry. Never mind.
sorry about
19 bludgeoning.
I am down.
You shrink back to your normal size.
Dudes, we're in trouble.
Yes, you are. Dust Crusher falls to the floor.
Oh,
Okay, we go to Mohag. Mohag seizes the moment and runs up, grabs Dust Crusher, drops
Okay.
his great axe.
God,
And
don't
swings.
touch it, you son of a.
I love it.
He swings. Where's Mohag? Here he is. What's the bonus that it gives? Is it +1 or 2?
It's a +2.
+2. So +2 plus his attack bonus. Mohag might just hit this. No. Oh no, I'm sorry. No, he does not.
That's a pretty crappy roll.
It's a
Bob.
bad
if he can
roll,
hit with
yeah.
a 4.
It's a bad roll. It's a bad roll. Nope, he misses. So that's Mohag's turn.
And he
we-
drops Dust Crusher again.
no, he's got
next,
Dust
next to
Crusher.
my
He's,
body.
he's got Dust Crusher. We go to Eric. Give me. Oh, we have to do your death clock. I'll do it right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Noting it down. And then, let's see here. Hyro. Darius says, I have potions. Get their bodies to me. It's your turn, Hieronymus.
Okay. Oh.
And might as well roll Barracks as well. Barracks death clock. Okay, noting that down as well.
What's
Okay.
the strength limit of like carry more than 10 pounds? Mage hand. So I can't drag stuff with mage hand, right?
No. I mean, he wasn't really talking to you per se, just to the group. But yeah.
Oh. Hyro's gonna do what he does best.
Yeah. Skeggy, Sasori, unfortunately, your sword is no longer magical.
Oh, definitely. Yep.
I'm gonna pull out the big boy spell here.
Good.
We're gonna throw a sickening radiance up there.
Ooh, Sickening Radiance. What does this one do?
How do I put that into the chat?
If it's on D&D Beyond, you can just click on it and it'll put it in the chat.
Well, there it is. Rolled it. Not a very good roll. Did it show up? No.
I do see it. Yep. So it's a DC 15 con save or taking 14 radiant damage.
Yes. And there's further effects.
Okay. To this one right here, right? I
I don't
take
see what you're talking about.
the closer statue.
It would be both of them.
Both of them. Okay.
Dim greenish light spreads within a 30-foot radius, centered on a point you chose within the radius. So I cast it right in the center of the intersection there. Spreads around corners. When a creature moves into the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, that creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw. So con DC 15
Okay. So if the first one fails.
or take 4d10 radiant damage.
Okay, the first one failed, and so it's going
Yeah.
to take the full 14.
Suffer 1 level of exhaustion and emit a dim
Okay.
greenish light in a 5-foot radius, which makes it impossible for it to benefit from being invisible. Okay.
Okay, this creature is immune to exhaustion, but it does take the damage, which
Yeah.
it does hurt it significantly. Let's see here. You said it was 14?
Yeah.
Okay.
and then the other one would do the same.
The other one saved, but it takes half or something? Or
It doesn't say half.
okay.
It looks
So
like
it
it's all
saves.
or none.
Okay. Next up, we go to Darius. Darius will take out a potion and feed it to Barrick.
Ooh.
He's got them in a nice little accessible pouch. So he
Oh
does
my
it
gosh!
as a bonus
greater
action.
healing potion, Darius. You shouldn't have.
Barrick, you are up with let's see here. You're up with 5 hit points.
Love it.
Okay. Now we go to top of the order, Sasori.
Oh, what to do? Racking my
We need
brain.
our casters.
Yeah, I know. I do have a healing potion, so I'm gonna run up here, administer my healing potion, just a regular old healing potion.
Yep. Go ahead.
That's 2d4, right?
Yep. 2d4 plus 2.
Oh, nice. You'll take 9.
Eric, you're back.
All right,
Right.
let's go.
Any other movement from you? Cunning action?
From
I'm
Eric.
gonna disengage.
No, from Sasori.
Yeah, I'm gonna disengage, and then that was 5, 10.
If I'm not mistaken, wasn't that 10 feet already?
5, 10. You're right. Thank you. 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm gonna come up here.
Oh, we're going further in.
Well, I can
Go
go 30. I'm
to-
gonna go one more. I'm actually poking around for a freaking weapon at this point.
So let me describe what you see now that you're here. When you
Yeah.
get to the intersection, you see, again, like I said, past the third alcove, and it's the top of the steps. Excuse me, not the bottom. The top of the steps. The corridor continues straight ahead, and you can see corridors going east and west as well. But you're standing amidst a grisly sight. The remains of some sort of hand-to-hand battle where no less than 5 combatants died. There are numerous bodies here. A fighter slumped against the wall. You could see a person who looks like a spellcaster based on their robes, but that would be stereotypical. They are impaled against the wall with a sword thrust through their body. You could see a dwarf lying face down in the corridor, still clutching a warhammer. You could see a human sprawled out on the floor with a broken wooden shield. And you can see another human whose head is bashed in from the blow of a warhammer, lying face down. You see 5
Bodies are-
bodies.
Relatively fresh, like a couple of
Yeah.
days, weeks.
Yeah, definitely not at the state of decay where they're like decomposed or without doing an investigation. Yeah, they look relatively fresh.
Any of the weapons stand out as looking particularly interesting?
They do not. Very ornate. Sorry, not very
Mundane.
not ornate. Mundane. Yeah, thank you.
Ordinary. Yeah.
All right, cool. That seems like a lot for my turn.
Yeah, that was just looking. So, but yeah, okay. So you feed the potion and get the heck out of there, and then we go to Barrick. You'll have to stand up, but you are. able to
Bob,
stand.
by the way, the way I'm reading this, actually, it says the spell lasts for its full duration.
Oh, for
I
magic
believe I'm
weapon?
No, for the. I believe I'm still large.
Oh, okay.
It's 1 minute.
Okay.
But I will stand up, maybe duck a little, and say, "It's time for you both to shut your yapping." And I will swing, I'll say, "Mohawk, Dust Crusher," and I'll put my hand out.
He'll chuck it up to you.
Excellent. And I will
Mjolnir
swing.
style.
Yeah.
Can I know which one we've done more damage to? Or is
You've
that
done more to the south one.
All right. And I'm gonna swing at the south one. Did it come up?
Nice.
20.
20 hits. What's your
Excellent.
minimum damage?
It
Roll
is-
it. Just roll it. Sorry, you roll it.
Yeah.
I should just
No,
let
I
you do it.
gotcha. I hear you. 6.
You destroy it.
Excellent.
It crumbles into a pile of granite.
Oh no, I had a D4 on top of that. So
Don't
yeah.
take it for granted.
Great, and I turn to the other one and say, "It's your turn." And swing Dust Crusher, and it is a
Man, Roll20's leaving us with a lot of suspense today.
25.
25
Oh,
hits.
yeah.
You connect.
I will be smiting on this.
Okay.
10 bludgeoning damage. 11 bludgeoning damage. Plus, throwing things aren't. Oh, that's not supposed to be plus 6, but just the 8 plus 3 part. 11 more, so 22 total.
Nice. Excellent. That'll do a decent amount of damage. It's still up, but it's hurting. We go to Skeggy.
Excellent.
All right. I will take one step forward. I will pull out the Rod of Lunar Lovin', and I will give Barrack a shot of 2 of my 6 charges of healing, and I'm going to add the once a day plus 1d8. So I'm going to give him 3d8 of healing, and if they suck, I can do some re-rolling.
This is where all the fans cheer in the
Oh.
theater when they see the wand come out.
Yes. Lunar Lovin'.
Woo!
So here comes 3d8. I will re-roll the 1.
For a total of 1.
I did, in fact, re-roll the 1.
So 14.
Literally.
No, 13 points of healing.
Okay, yes, 13 total.
Nice. No pluses on that.
There's no pluses on it.
Love it. Thank you, Skeggy.
Barrack, both attacks from the creature. Now that it's the only one, and it sees you again as the biggest threat.
I'm gonna
14
back
and a
up step, by the
13.
way.
It
Excellent.
needs to make a save against my spell before it does that.
Again, it makes another one.
And so now at the start of its turn, if it's still in that radius, it has to make a save.
It is okay.
That doesn't affect us, does it?
No,
He
it's
is
evocation.
sculpting.
It's evocation. I'm sculpting around you.
Okay, sweet.
Yes.
So
Ah,
I a 16. Does that pass?
DC 15. Yeah.
Okay, it passes, but it does not hit Barrack with a 13 and a 14.
Excellent.
So we go to next up would be Mohag. Mohag will disengage and get the heck out of there. He goes down with Sasori, and he goes, "I know, right?" To you, Sasori.
Don't talk to me.
Let's see here. Eric and Hyro.
I would like to go in. I'm going to use half my movement to stand up. I'm going to take a step back, and then I'm going to do a 3rd level guiding bolt at the remaining one.
Sure.
Come on, big old 1.
This is a big third level shot here.
Okay, I blew it, so it's a natural 1.
No, you did not.
I swear I did.
Inspiration.
He doesn't have it.
I don't have
Oh,
Got to do your write up.
should have done your
it.
homework.
Even with inspiration on a natural 1, that's tough to So that's
It still didn't show up for me. I actually clicked on a picture of the indescript monster, and it didn't show up. Or I was seeing if it showed up, and yours did not still. So I don't know what happened to it, but
it did a whisper to the GM. I don't know why. 'Cause I set it to
on my
natural.
GM view. Oh, I do see it on my GM view. Why?
I
Why?
set it to
Okay.
whisper. That's on me. Sorry.
All right. Never mind.
But that's what it was. It was a natural 1. And then I'm going to use the rest of my movement to back up.
Darius will do the same. We go to top of the order, Sasori.
High roll.
Oh, Hyro, we missed you. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Firebolt.
Yeah, we need someone who can actually do damage first.
An 18.
You hit.
For 10 damage.
And down goes the Sentinel.
Excellent, Tyro. You know I like it medium rare.
All right, everybody. come
We're gonna
together,
talk.
discuss.
What do you mean?
After you get together and regroup, we'll just put you back to normal size, Barrick.
Yeah, no. I begin to come back down to my size after like 30 seconds. Some of the red and radiant glow both dissipate.
Now, like I described here, there's a scene of a bloody massacre. Like I said, there's humans. Some look like they're fighting men. Others look like they're wizard. Others look like they're maybe barbarians. They have no armor on. All of them dead, lying there, by various means. Now, Darius is a little shaken up. He says, "I've never seen something like that." He clears his throat. What was that?
I've already got my hands like picking through the pockets of all these people on the ground. Like this doesn't phase me at all.
Yeah, you find on the one that looks like a wizard that's impaled against the wall, he has a purse containing 2 gold pieces and moldy garlic buds.
Mm.
The
No spell book.
no spell book. The fighter who's slumped against the wall, he's got a broken sword sheared off about 8 inches above the pommel. He seems to have been stripped of armor, and he has a belt pouch containing 5 gold pieces. The dwarf, laying face down, right hand still clutching its warhammer, it appears that he, his armor has also been stripped, but his helmet is still on. The helmet has a noticeable dent in it. He has no items of value. The human sprawled out on the floor with a wooden shield that is broken, has no weapons and no other items on him. He's completely naked. The other human, who has a head bashed in from the blow of a warhammer, lies face down. He has a belt on that is very ornate and decorated leather. It has bloodstains ruining its appearance, but otherwise could seem valuable.
All right, I'll be taking that for sure. But very weird that their armor was taken. I don't think those statues would have taken their armor.
No, there's definitely someone else in here.
Someone that got past the statues, knew the code.
Darius, have you seen anyone in the woods in the past few months?
No, I haven't seen it. No, I haven't seen anybody.
Do these
Right.
do these corpses stink, or are they past stinking?
They smell, yeah. But if you would like to give me a medicine check, I could maybe narrow down how long it seems like they've been killed.
Okay, no particular skill here. Don't know why it rolled. Ah, shoot. What a waste of a good roll. Yeah. 10.
They are. You notice that they're each in various states of decay. They are not the same.
Various states of decay.
Yeah,
They did not all die at once.
correct. With a 10, you can get that.
Possible
So-
they asked the sentinels of whatever is further inside the cave, got them.
Mohag
we-
looks around and he says, "What else is in the cave? I thought this was a wizard's something or other.
Well,
I thought it was going to be
clearly-
grand. I thought there was going to be, I don't know, magic everywhere, and it was going to be fun."
We just fought a bunch of stone statues. What? That's magic.
He's like, "Oh," realizing that perhaps if this is a wizard's fortress, the wizard doesn't want anybody to come in.
That's why you build a fortress.
And it's at this point that I think
Not a
we'll
wizard's
pause.
garden.
Correct. And it's at this point I think we'll pause here. The famed Quasqueton maybe more than you bit off more than you could chew. Is that's the phrase? Perhaps you've bit off more than you could chew.
feel
Maybe
like
we
we're
just chew it
under-equipped.
slowly.
Yeah. Well, those were formidable stone guardians, and who knows what else lurks here in the halls of the fortress. But until next time, we are going to sign off here. It's just past 11 here on the East Coast, so we're going to get going. But I think the crew is up for this challenge, if you ask me. I really do.
We're gonna find out.
Be nice
It'll
to
be
find
fun.
some more magical weapons real quick.
Hey, where to find magical weapons than a wizard's fortress, right? Mm.
Flawless logic.
Well, anyway, thank you for watching. If you were on the YouTube chat tonight live, we always appreciate the live chat. You guys were great, as always. Thank you for the super chats. In general, if you'd like to keep up with what's going here on the channel, like I said, check the link below for descriptions. Check the link for the map art, the token art, all the good stuff that we talked about throughout the adventure. And, of course, if you'd like to support the channel, you can do so on Patreon, and links down below for all that good stuff, too. We'll see you all on
Promote the
Tabletop.
Discord with all of our like extra off channel comments.
You are 100% right, John. They should definitely jump in the Discord now because we're all there. Tim's coming. He's got his write-up ready. And I think we're all going to want some inspiration after this one. So stay tuned, everybody. We'll see you all on the Tabletop. Have a good night.
Have a great week.